Hey, Internet, quick, tell me a terrible fiend that you want my players to fight up against. Come on. Preferably demon. Name it in chat. Well, we'll see. We shall see. I like it. I have taken stranger dares. If you doubt it, I believe there was a particular thermos in a Shadowrun in a corporate refrigerator that turned our player into a vampire. That'd be a thing. That's what that would be. Oh, I think I have to admit. Oh, I know. I love it. Yeah, I know. I think everybody... Oh, interesting. They should come through a different... Oh, yeah. They can hear me. But here.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. Now they can hear everybody. Because why are we being shy? Hi.
I need better lighting.
Yes.
The quality's better now that I have a new camera, but the lighting is still bad.
It's all good.
Actually, it might be worse.
It's okay. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna get started because I think Bela's gonna join us in a few minutes. I don't believe Jay is gonna be able to make it again tonight, so we'll see how that goes. So we're just gonna get started.
Trent already said he wasn't gonna be here, right? He's like camping or something.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so we got a couple people away.
Yeah, I can't remember why, but that was mentioned 2 weeks prior. So.
All right. Well, let's roll it up, shall we? And we will deal how we can deal.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Sorry, now I'm doing that thing.
This is the intro. Wow. It's a good intro.
Hey, Internet. Oh, cameras are really weird right now, so I'm just going to go to the main camera. Just 1 second here for a second here. There. Oh, there we go. Hi, Internet. My name is Todd, and we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons. I'm joined here with Gordon and Darcy from the game. I'm excited. We were away last week because of I was working on my basement, which eventually will be our D&D studio, you know, when we're not all disease-riddled and stuff. Not that... Well, I hope we don't have it. I don't know about you guys. I gotta go for the net.
Said, your beard fell off. Hey, woo.
Yeah, I know. I'm all shorn. They held me down and clipped me. My wife made a sweater. It was lovely. Now, so, anyway, we are back. We're excited to be here. And we're going to be joined by Bela in a few minutes. So we'll get her in. Oh, I think maybe here she comes. Hold on a sec. Interwebs. Thanks for the early suggestions. And all right, putting that away. So we're just going to get everybody in here. And we are live, just so you know, Bella's... I don't know if she can see us. She's a ghost.
Yeah, you're you're auto, not chroma. What
it was a little overdone. That was amazing. That was like Gloomstalker entrance. That's what that was.
That's right. Literally invisible.
Technical difficulties. I've been on Zoom calls all day.
Yeah. I'm sure you won't jump up out of that chair. That'll be me later on. Speaking of which, over the next couple of weeks, while we get our footing as I go back to work, we might have to, preempt the schedule and bump it around or something, but we'll see. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned on the Instagram and on the chats and stuff, and you'll always be welcome to find us here or on Twitter or Instagram. We're SideQuest Live, and we've been playing Morally Ambiguous for 27 episodes now. And I'm excited because we've actually slammed our homebrew into Descent into Avernus, And yeah, it's lots of fun. So I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. And of course, internet, we hope you have some fun with us, because not only can you watch the show or listen to it on podcast, you can also, if you join us live in chat like these fine people have over here, then you can interact with us, you can make suggestions in game, and we will do our best to roll with it and make you happy. That's really what we're here for. Play the game, make everybody happy, and everybody wins, right? You can win Dungeons and Dragons, right? That's a thing. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So yeah, feel free to use some plot points. If you are watching for a while, you can get some points and redeem them, and that makes it all official-like, where you get to actually make a request in game, and we try to work it in, at least in some form. Sometimes we just all in, and other times it's this random flashback. Whatever you can think of, we're happy to play with you. So. Gordon, I did want to start with you tonight, if you don't mind. I'll also have to fix the cameras.
Okay, sure.
But your background just reminded me, and that must be getting close. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it's about just a little over a month away. Gonna launch a Kickstarter for a new board game called Lost Ones.
That's awesome. Unfortunately, I have the wrong picture, so just 1 second while I fix that.
That's all right.
Got Bela there. Now it's me. I'll just pretend I'm Gordon. Go ahead, and I will. Come on. I'll work on fixing this. Tell us a little bit about Lost Ones.
Sure. It's it's a cooperative board game for up to 4 players, and imagine kind of like choose your own path story mixed in with map tile exploration as you try to navigate your way through a map to achieve a certain objective.
That's awesome. And
namely escape.
You are creating it along with several others, and we are looking forward to playing it here. I don't know if we could be called playtesters, but we're going to definitely play it up and have some fun in a little while.
Yeah, that's we can arrange a night.
That'd be awesome. And so, tell us a little bit about your character as well while we're here that you're playing tonight.
Sure, I am playing a mainstay of this campaign named Fenris, or that's what people know as his name, and he's a shadow sorcerer with a Haunted One background, and he is had been hunted by these paladins that kind of helped drive the narrative of this campaign as we learn more and more about the Eye of Pelor and this branch of very zealot-focused paladins who then have dealings with devils, it appears. And he's gained a measure of vengeance, but now he's traveling with other like-minded companions that have their own stories, and maybe I'll pass it off to Bela for her bit.
Absolutely. So one of the companions met along the way is none other than Darmita, played by Bela. Tell us a bit about Darmita and yourself, if you want.
Hi, I'm Bela. For those who don't know me, I am playing Darmita, and she is a Gloomstalker ranger. And it was kind of a Gloomstalker entrance tonight. It must have been dark in the forest, and you just couldn't see me. I wasn't there because she's invisible when it's dark out. So she is a fallen Aasimar, and she too has she wandered upon the party and was kind of exploring her own past. And yeah, she's found out a lot about how she's intertwined with this whole Eye of Pelor, more so than she believed at the beginning. She thought she was just helping an individual in Gordon's character, but really, she's more connected than I think.
You're more involved than you possibly suspect. It's as if someone is weaving you into a... Anyway, and that...
Highlight the scene.
Exactly. And you actually were a companion to a Goliath friend. You were both brigands and met the party that way. But unfortunately, Trent, who plays our local barbarian, couldn't make it tonight. But some of you guys will pick up the slack and play him. So that's Benkuhm, the Goliath barbarian. And I actually did a clip of Bela playing him, so if you want to check that out on YouTube, I threw that up there because it was a pretty good impression. I thought that was pretty funny. Speaking of all our other players, before I move on, I'm just gonna, since I'm mentioning people who aren't here tonight, Jay is often here, or at least sometimes here, playing Archibald Cunningham, the dueling rogue, and so he's in hell along with you. And again, these guys will be picking up the slack and playing him. And internet, you're welcome to make suggestions on the part of people who aren't here, because hey, why not throw them to the wolves? That brings us all the way back around to Darcy. So
Hey, I'm Darcy. I am playing Felicia Tatander, who is a sort of Fneblin druid. She's the most recent acquisition, I guess, to the crew. Was just sort of with them during a jailbreak, and now she's in hell and thinks, this is pretty cool. Let's just check this place out.
She's like the ultimate tourist gnome. She started out in the Underdark, and ever since then, she's been moving.
That's right.
Awesome. So that brings us pretty much around the circle. And I am, of course, the dungeon... Oh, hold on. I'm not on the screen. One sec. Let me... And I am the dungeon master as I mangle the cameras here too. Like technical wrangleification. And don't forget, I do like to mention that all our music is Creative Commons and or licensed for broadcast. And so we like to give credit where credit is due to all those wonderful artists who work their butts off to make our games better. I mean, that's why they do it. Actually, they don't know we exist. We are in no way affiliated with Wizards of the Coast or any of that stuff. But we love their products, and we love the music that these artists have made. So thanks very much. You can check that out. And again, one last reminder. If you're interested in joining us, you can jump into chat and say hey. All right. I believe that's... Whoop, wrong button. All the buttons. We do use Roll20. I'm not very good at it, so... Oh, cameras are all weird tonight. Apparently. Still. Huh. Weird. I don't understand that. Alright, so... you guys are in hell. You guys have made your way through. You've discovered that there is... a city floating above hell, and it's being ratcheted down. You found a bunch of refugees, and they've sent you on a mission to try... you begrudgingly took the mission to just give a shot at trying to find a person called the Commander, who is off to find, I believe it was the Helm of Pelor's Sight. And so that's seemingly interesting to some of you.
Ben said, double the Bela, double the fun. Does this mean she's playing everybody that isn't here?
Yeah, I think that's true. We've got 2 Belas on the stream right now, and so yeah, I think that means you're up for everybody tonight. Yep, it's still doubled. For some reason, you're also Fenris. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, okay. I fixed the wrong camera.
We did talk once about swapping each other's characters and playing them. I remember that came up in one pre-show one time.
It's a character swap episode. That would, yeah. All right, let's see if I fixed it. Hey, there, we're back to just 1. All right, so we're going to dive in. We are in hell, and you guys have agreed to go track down this Commander Pederson, who is off doing something at the request of some of the other refugees. And also, I believe some of you want to find your way off this rock, maybe go explore, maybe have your own nefarious interests, or perhaps you have your own motivations. Looking at you, Benkuhm. Looking at you. Anyway, so you found your way through to the cemetery, the Grand Cemetery, where you defeated some undead and met their master, Gideon Lightward, who has told you, after a bit of a chat with you and an attempt by Archibald, has told you you can go down into the tombs if you wish, but just be careful of the demonic influences below. And I believe that brings us up to speed. So,
Yeah, basically.
You're standing in the entryway. What do you want to do?
Okay. Is Gideon still willing to talk, or is he just...
Yeah, he's
saying,
standing
"Hey,
there. And in fact, he kind of bends down and picks up he walks over, picks up a fallen piece of the Minotaur skeleton that was recently just devastated, picks it up and kind of tosses it on a pile in the corner. And you see there's like a pile of refuse and bones over there, some of which are twitching ever so slightly as he kind of waves his hand, and they start to slowly gather together as though coming back to animation at his will. The rest of the party is standing there panting after the battle with some skeletal minions. Minotaurs, I believe it was.
Minotaurs.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember if we noticed this before, but maybe if I need to do a perception check. But does he look alive? Is he like...
You're pretty sure he is not. His skin is sunken and sallow. His eyes have this reddish tint to them, and a hint of madness and undeath lingers around him. It's very much contrasting with his regular clothing as a cleric of Sarenrae, the Everlight, but now pulled into hell and twisted somehow.
Okay. I know that maybe I approach him, because I know I was speaking to him a bit in the last session, and I'll say, you're a cleric of Sarenrae, but you mentioned
yes, I follow
battle
the
between
Everlight.
and you mentioned a battle between demons and devils.
The eternal
And
battle.
you have a part in it?
In my younger days, I thought to serve best with the mortals, but as I see more clearly now, there is only one battle. We must defeat the demonic, insane pestilence that rises in all the realms. Everything must serve this. You will come to see this too, in time.
Okay, I nod at him, and I'm gonna actually start walking down to wherever we need to walk to find this Cmdr Pederson, so he doesn't show himself as hostile. And okay.
No, he as you walk up, he's sort of watching this pile of minions, and then as you walk by, his hand moves almost preternaturally fast and clutches your shoulder, not in a threatening way, but halts you at the entrance to this curtain to the lower temples of the Grand Cemetery, or and he stops you and looks at you kind of half sideways and just says, "Beware the demonic influences. They corrupt even the holy. You must fight it. You must join. You must be on the right side. We must all. Now go. My minions will not bother you, but there are things below that might. Be careful, for not all enemies are so forthcoming."
Did he just call himself an enemy to us? Did I
No,
get that right?
I don't
Not
think
all
so.
enemies are so forthcoming, so therefore he is an enemy. Yes, that's what he said. Yes.
Yeah, I'm walking by him to the entrance. I just kind of give him a nod.
Stares at Felice when she says that, just with this intense.
Sorry, I'm being pedantic. Sorry, you're right. Point of order. Why do I have a symbol on me? Am I a stealth or something?
You
It's
were
on the map,
afraid
I
at the
have
end of the last game.
Oh, I was afraid. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
You are
yeah.
still keeping a bit of a distance from Darmita. She was terrifying there.
Pretty scary.
I used my necrotic shroud. What can I say?
It was all situational.
As we're walking past,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stare him down.
Absolutely. And he looks at you, and there's a flicker of... he looks at you, and there's almost a hint of, like, he wants to say something for a second, and then he just kind of takes you in and then gives a nod. And then goes back to staring and starting to cast, and you see these bones shards of the fallen minotaurs and other creatures just start to skitter across the floor as he waves his hands and like begin to assemble into some unknown god awful undead thing.
Oh, I'm gonna let the rest go ahead.
Sure. So,
Because I still have, like, my wings are still out. I'm still in the necrotic shroud, and I'm guessing it's not affecting him.
he wasn't there when it first went off. So no, it is not currently affecting him. Let me just reveal the map to you guys. So you enter into a central chamber. Let me just describe it for a second. You enter into what's called the vestment chamber. 3 curtain archways connect this chamber to the other areas of the chapel. Shattered wardrobes and dressing tables, as well as a number of smashed mirrors, suggest that this is once where the priests prepared for their daily services. Spiral staircases lead down, and they're guarded by a couple of creatures. Gideon has kind of waves.
Oh, that's a stairway down. Got it.
That's a stairway descending down into the crypts below. Gideon gives a wave, and the 2 creatures, they look like they're undead, and they were probably once some kind of demonic creature, but he waves his arm, or at least fiendish, but they are now very undead, and so he controls them, and he gives a wave casually through the curtain, and they kind of stand off and start staring at the wall nearby.
Do we know what they were?
They look like they were some kind of... well, go ahead and roll.
Is there anything we've encountered? I guess the question is there anything we've currently encountered?
It is not something you've yet seen, I believe.
Okay, cool, great. So later when we see that thing, we'll remember these people instead of the other way around. Great, I'm okay with that. I don't need to make a history check or religion or whatever.
No problem. So they step aside. You guys can look around if you want to, or you can head on down. There are other areas you haven't seen to the north, and you've seen the section to there, but there's a section further back you haven't yet seen on the second floor, but you can go below if you want. Or down.
I'm going to use, since I used a couple fireballs last session, I'm going to use Portal Power to regain a slot, and I'm going to start heading down.
Sure.
I, as Felice, am going to go see, take a look at these broken mirrors, and maybe pick up a few shards of it as I wander towards the far curtain and take a peek.
Okay, so Felice, just little legs moving quick as the others step in.
Some of these, I'll put that in here. Yep.
You peek into what is a bit further back, and you do notice something, actually. There is a section back there where some of the windows and areas inside this. Hold on, it's giving me a bit of a fight here. Hold on, let me reveal it. So the rear section has taken significant. No, reveal. There we go. The rear section has taken significantly less damage than the rest of the place. This is a chapel, and it's actually been fairly well preserved. You can actually see that it's there is some damage. There are remnants of fine furniture and stained glass windows in this back section, strewn across the area. Some of them just shoved around. A section of one of the huge glass windows, stained glass, remain enough that you can actually tell what the subject was. The window portrays Lathander, standing amidst fallen soldiers, holding his hands aloft, as if to call upon the spirits of the dead to rise and stand at his side. Are you trained in religion?
I am.
Go ahead and roll
Would
it.
you like me to roll?
If you want to.
I will
There's something
totally take a roll.
about this prayer to Lathander that reminds you of a
15.
story you heard. Hey, Internet. What was it? Anyway. We're always welcome for suggestions. I was going to say, name a parable of Lathander. We'll come back to that as Felice has this little flashback. Benkuhm comes walking up behind you and says, "Little one, we are moving below. Keep up."
Oh, I'll catch up.
You got a 15?
Sure, you'll run into something that you have to fight, and then I'll be able to catch up during that. It'll be fine.
There's a ritual. It doesn't look like it's a very long one, but your eyes kind of beautiful mind over this stained glass area, and you see these symbols for kneel, pray. And it's almost like a...
What is it, like, when you say symbols for? Is it just, like,
It's
imagery of the, like, faith, and therefore I know for religion, or is it actually, like, a language?
It's imagery of the religion, but they carry a meaning, and
Sure, yeah.
it's almost runic in a way. It's like a simple. It's almost like a prayer book or a hymnal,
Yeah.
where if you do these
What
things
is
in
Lathander
sequence.
known for being of? Like, what is their domain?
I'm sure I'm going to mess this up because I'm smashing two worlds together. Let's
Yeah, totally,
say
it's fine.
Lathander was known for. Actually, let's change the name. Internet, I need a different name. But in the meantime,
Yeah, I don't know the different cosmologies. I squash them all together myself. So.
yeah, exactly. This will be. Lathander was known to bring the Everlight, and was one of the first followers, not the first follower of Sarenrae, but one of the first bigger followers of Sarenrae, and
Lathander was a follower of Sarenrae. Okay.
but almost founder level, and ended up. For some reason you're muted, Gord. I don't know if you need that. But anyway, Lathander was known to have called upon the power of the Everlight for a gift in the time of darkness, and was rewarded just in the nick of time. It was considered one of the early miracles of Sarenrae.
Cool. We'll probably be coming back through this way. I'll do it later.
You do...
I'll let it percolate in my mind.
Sure.
Like, what it might mean and blah, 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 what it does.
Okay.
Maybe I can roll it over in my head while we're doing other things.
Absolutely. All right.
Seems like a thing people would do.
You turn around
in
and
real
see the
life.
rest of the party has shrugged and moved on and descended
totally.
downstairs. So you scurry to catch up. All right, you head on
Yeah,
downstairs.
I'll just be like a few paces behind. the next scene.
Absolutely. Let me. You descend into this.
Remember, I'm not going with them.
Oh, right. What do you want to do?
I discreetly stayed behind
Mm-hmm.
because I want to resolve something before I go in.
Sure.
Do you wait for me to catch up with them before you do your thing? Or do you do it while I'm out behind the curtain?
I was just letting Todd finish that, and I was going to wait for him to come back, but I think you forgot that I had said I was...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did. But go ahead. They're descending now. Felice is just scurrying across the room. What do you want to do?
So I just look back at him, not intimidatingly, but not in fear either. And I quietly say, the others are gone. Speak your mind.
You have the smell of a killer on you. You dispatched my minions quickly. And he looks at you with this, you'd be good in a fight.
I hold my own.
But who do you serve?
Myself.
Too quickly, those who serve themselves can be corrupted. I serve all the realms, and my mistress, but mostly I oppose. It is my duty to end these, to serve those who bring about the end of the demon hordes.
Well, then I can serve me.
Or you me. If you are looking for a fight, this is a good one. It is the only one. Small matters will fall aside. Those you fight alongside with, it doesn't really matter. We have to stop them. All of them.
Perhaps we'll meet again,
Perhaps.
and I can tell you how well I did.
Confidence. That can be a downfall, too. At that point, your shroud falls and your wings just into ash on the floor behind you.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point,
I'll give my nod, and I'll catch up with the others.
Okay. All right, we're going to jump maps here, so get ready to place your icons, everybody. I don't know if you can copy-paste that nonsense or not. Oh boy, I'm going to have to do this. And this is a good time to mention a word from our sponsors. Internet, who are we sponsored by tonight? Please note, we're not actually sponsored by anybody, but, you know, it's fun to say it. If anybody wants to sponsor us, I'd pretty much do anything. I, like Gideon Lightward, would sell my soul for... No, I'm kidding. All right, you guys, I believe, are onto the new map, and I'm just going to light up your life. There you go.
That section? All right. Well, now I'm curious what you said. No, I cannot paste.
Tonight you are sponsored by 2020. Hey, if it's going to get bad, let's get totally screwed. Yilfin said, seriously, I got nothing.
Brought to you by 2020. It's not hindsight. It's... We'll workshop that. There's something there. There's a nugget. Oh, God. Yeah, I did on Instagram. My 2020 look is just like... Anyway, too much. Let's play pretend, folks. Let's dive in. Brought to you by 2020. All right, here we go. You guys enter the lower section, into the workshop. The stairs descend down into to an unlocked door, at the bottom of which, Fenris, if you want, you can open it and go on in.
Can I, I'll stop him before he does that?
Oh, he's ahead of you, actually, so probably not.
Okay. I didn't run up? All right.
It was a fairly quick descent, so the staircase winds down.
Right. So there's a door.
Yep, leading in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna investigate the door, but I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna wait for everyone to come down.
Okay.
Just the cautious side of me.
Sure. The workshop appears to be where the priests and acolytes prepare dead bodies for final interment.
Here.
This place has been ransacked. Knives, saws, piping, tubes, all littering the floor. Acid and embalming fluid pool in various places in broken jars and a couple of flasks scattered around.
Okay. I'm just going to investigate the door and to see, one, if there's any traps, and two, if I hear anything or sense anything beyond it.
Sure. Go ahead and make a wisdom, either perception or survival.
I will do perception. Ooh, not great. 9.
It's a mess down here. There's embalming fluid kind of scattering all over the place. There've definitely been people through here, but you have no idea when.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna wait for everyone else to assemble at the base.
All right. I believe at this point everybody does catch up. Benkuhm kind of grumbles and stands next to you. He's like, "What are we waiting for? Let's go kill things." Archie will take a look at the door.
I glance at Benkuhm, looking him up and down, just kind of gauging his demeanor.
He seems outwardly fine and incredibly focused, which for Benkuhm is out of character. Benkuhm's often intense, but he is oddly... It's hard to put a finger on exactly what's weird about him now, but he doesn't have the... He used to revel in battle and love it and enjoy it, but not in... Now it's almost as if he's chasing it.
Vin said, he's got a beatnik vibe.
He's got a beatnik vibe, that's for sure. But now the joy seems to have fled from him, and there is an intense hatred just burning beneath. That generally you've seen him only reserved for enemies. All right, Archibald takes a look at the door and is like, "All right, it's not locked and it's not trapped, so in we go."
After you.
And he pops it open. You guys descend down some stairs. Let me get down my map here. There we go. You guys descend down some stairs where it then splits left or right and further into the darkness. It is quite dark down here, so unless you have means to see in the dark, which I think most of you have, but Benkuhm and Archibald at this point are starting to have a hard time.
Yeah, I don't think I prepared it today because it didn't seem like it was going to be an issue. Let me take a look.
And also, what's your marching order?
I am not first.
Well, why?
If I've caught up, I would probably toward the front where I usually am.
Sure. I believe you can control your own mini, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Archibald motions forward and says, "I'll take up the rear." That's a gifable moment. All right. He's also fumbling in the dark. Benkuhm is going to go kind of next to Fenris, eager towards the front, just behind Darmita. If you let him.
Yeah, of course. That's typically our marching order, right?
Yeah.
Darmita, then
Yeah.
Benkuhm, then me. I tend to be in the middle.
Yeah. And Felice, where do you want to be?
So I was a little slower, but also so was kind of Darmita, so I don't really know where we ended up. I'm probably in the back, but if we group up here like you're suggesting, then, and if Archie wants to be in the back, then I'll be where I am. That's fine.
You might have... Archibald whispers down to you, Felice. He's like, nothing you can do about the dark, right?
Well, not right now. I didn't really realize this is what we'll be doing today. Every other place has had these magic glowing rocks.
Pardon?
Did you take one of those torches from the other catacombs we were in?
Oh, no. Should I have?
I guess not really. Darmita!
Just,
Yes.
We might hold your hand, love, if I need to.
Doesn't you haven't... If I recall correctly, you couldn't, the light thing?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
He can light up his light sword if he needs to, but he's going to keep it off. He taps the handle.
Darmita.
Oh,
Darmita. No, Darmita.
I
Darmita.
have cantrip, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
usually put it on a small rock or pebble,
Okay.
so that those with less vision behind me can see.
Sure, you've done this for Benkuhm before, because he is a Goliath. He doesn't have dark vision. So you bend down and pick up a little rock and blow on it like an ember until it starts to glow this dull red light. You pass it off to Benkuhm, and he looks a little surprised. You've done this dozens of times, but it's almost as if it's startling to him at first, and then he kind of looks at you and then gives a nod, clutches it, cutting off all the light, and then cracks open his hand just a little bit so it's a beam where he needs it to be.
Nice.
All right, so you guys descend. Which way do you want to go? Left or right at the bottom of the stairs?
What Bela would say.
Can I? Because is it dark down here?
It's quite dark, yeah.
Okay, so that gives me more vision. So I'm gonna look to the left and try to see if I can see down there. What do I see?
Sure.
Or if I
Another set of stairs descend. You get to a platform and they descend left and right. And when you glance left, you see it descends down only a little bit, maybe 10 feet or so. And then a small hall which ends in a T-cross, as it does look like it's kind of an arching doorway, like an arching hallway, as though it's part of a large circular pattern. Off to your right, it ends in just a switchback stair, descending further.
Do we notice any footprints in the dust or anything that would indicate like a party went through here? Because I'm expecting a paladin and potentially a troop had traipsed through here.
Yeah.
Do I see anything?
Unfortunately, it was so scuffly. Brought to you by Scuffly. It's really hard to pick out tracks when the undead have been wandering around and like the whole room had been ransacked prior, so you're having a hard time being able to see it with your 9. Roll for direction. Nice, I like it.
chance.
Yep, take a chance. Darmita motions back to you uselessly because she is totally invisible in the dark, and then whispers to you. She wants to go right.
I'm gonna go down, and as I'm going down, I'm checking the stairs for any looseness, any possible potential hazards on the stairs that may cause problems for my friends.
Okay. Roll either investigation or survival.
That very likely will be. Now, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I cannot remember. I know we discussed it like 3 or 4 games ago, and I can't remember what our decision was. Did you say that we would consider this a favored terrain, or because they don't have it? Like Avernus?
If I recall correctly, Hell is your terrain, but this doesn't count as Hell.
Right.
But
This is technically Elturel, which was once considered one of the holier cities in the region, and it was actually getting even more and more holy and better reputation as being like, oh yes, this is amazing. Whereas
it's like if you found a church built in a woods, right? Like that wouldn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just clarifying because that would make a difference on my survival check.
Absolutely.
So
you descend down the stairs a step at a time, carefully, your your arrow notched and ready to go. One foot padding over the other like a cat in the dark. Totally invisible. Except where Benkuhm's tiny light pans across you.
Yeah, I got a 12. Not very good.
Okay.
Fortunately, it's hard to make out. There've been some traffic this way or not. It's quite dark and dusty, and yeah, you don't see any traps that you can tell. You don't make any heads or tails of what you're seeing off the ground or the signs. Looks like the priests had, right up until Elturel came down, were probably using this actively for burials. So there's been some traffic, but it's hard to pick it out. All right, the rest.
So I'm going to spend a plot point because I haven't used the spell yet.
Sure.
But it might be a good time to do it as I kind of hear Darmita walking ahead of us, and obviously she's invisible.
Yeah.
I kind of squint and my eyes start to adjust. And I start to see an outline. And I cast See Invisibility.
You actually took the invisibility. It's amazing.
I took it. I had no real reason to use it except for those imps, but I was ignoring them. But I was like, you know what?
Really
like it's thematic. So I had taken Enervation and See Invisibility as my spells. I just never used See Invisibility yet.
Absolutely. So
That's beautiful.
You pause and you want to be able to see your ally. And you do this incantation, and you reach up, and it's almost like putting contact lenses in the discipline. You flash back for a moment to when you were a kid and learned these skills from one of the elders of your cult. And he would take...
Bertus. Said. Love when niche spells are useful.
Absolutely, Bertus, thank you. It is, it's nice. So you reach up and just kind of these little runes traced on your fingers, and you reach up and you place them against your own eyes. It burns uncomfortably for a second, and then you swipe down, and your eyes flash with this golden, and no longer do you have any pupils. It's just this golden eye. And you pull your fingers down and away, leaving these little wet trails down your cheek. And now you can see incredibly well in the dark. You always could, but now you can see Darmita picking her nose. Picking her nose. Because I mean, come on,
right?
You're invisible. You've been waiting for this one.
Darmita, stop picking your nose.
I didn't know I didn't have it down. How'd you see that?
My eyes are adapting.
Insight.
Make a roll.
Well, I gotta ask the dumb, pedantic question of, is there anything ethereal? Because you can see into the ethereal plane with
I didn't know that.
invisibility.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right.
It's like a rider effect.
I forgot about that.
Most of the time, you just see these little wisps, almost like a fog in the area, or like a light snow every once in a while. And sometimes they stick to like the rough outline of a person, and then fade away. Just a random passing something in the ethereal. That
I used to blink there.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that. Oh, look at that little squiggly thing. Oh, okay. I can see it now.
Yeah, for one brief second, you see something. Internet, what does he see in the ethereal plane? And then it's gone.
Nice, good. All right, while we're waiting for that, let's move on. Then.
All right, so you guys...
We're walking through a dungeon. We can skip ahead probably quite a bit of this.
Yeah, absolutely. We won't belabor it. So you guys descend down the stairs.
This is why we take, a session per room usually.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta keep the pace moving. So you guys descend down into the bottom, where you don't see any immediate threats. I'm just gonna do... It's annoying, but I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then this. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. That's okay. That's okay. You guys can reorient yourselves when you get to the bottom.
They squashed us all. We're not circles anymore.
All right. So you guys get down into the bottom, to the Vault of Honor. Let me just reel that for a sec. There you go. This rubble-strewn vault contains...
Gemini _twin.
Hold on.
Said, maybe someone that has died by his hand forms from the mists, just staring blankly at him.
Nice. It was one of the guards. You remember briefly locking eyes with him, Fenris? Beneath the prison.
Which one? I killed so many.
Exactly. But this one you remember because he had red hair and most of them didn't. And you see him, and as though in the last few seconds of his life, as he looked up and the fireball ethereally just blooming next to his face, and he locks eyes with you in this abject fear, as though he knows what is coming. And then he's gone. You see something on the floor,
Yofin
though.
Said, that's not possible. Gingers have no souls.
That's awful, Yofin.
Just kidding.
Awful. Funny, but awful.
I was thinking about how Levi would have made that joke if he was here.
It's true. Yeah, man, I miss Levi. I hope he's doing well. Levi, come back to us. So, what's your passive perception, Fenris?
My passive perception is pretty high. It's
16, isn't it?
16.
16?
16.
Okay, that's probably enough. You look down, and where this enervated? Is that the word? When you're burnt? This enervated... Where the
Immolated?
ginger... Immolated, that's it. Where the
Immolated.
immolated ginger's ghost was just a second ago. You see something metallic wedged at the base of the stairs, almost fallen and forgotten. It's small, but yay big. A little bigger than your average coin. It's quite dust covered.
I'll take a look at it. Without touching it, though, just yet.
Sure. Do you have Mage Hand or no? No.
I do have Mage Hand, so
Okay.
I'm going to take a look at it, and I'll use Mage Hand to pick it up.
So you pick it up and you scoop it up, and it's a coin, but it's nothing you've ever seen minted before. It flashes in almost imperceptible light. There's a script on it in Infernal. 1 for 1 serves 1 and done in Infernal. And on the back you see the stamped visage, the face of there's two actually. On one side is the face of who's the god of the hells again? Oh, you
Asmodeus?
see you see Asmodeus's face on one side. And on the other side you see another face, bald, almost beautiful. For a second you think maybe a succubus, but you've never seen a succubus bald before. And just it's hard to... It's just somebody's face, but it's definitely somebody with a kind of a reddish tint around their... as though backlit, but I mean it's a coin, so you can't really make out, but there's almost like there's flames behind them.
And just curious, this coin, it says 1 for 1, service 1, and then done, is that right? Is it similar to any of the coins in the pouch that I picked up from the halfling?
You take a look, and no, I don't believe it is. It's a little bigger than most of them, first of all, and it's minted out of a very hard, strange kind of iron.
Okay, I'll keep the coin on
Sure.
me. I'll put it in the pouch, so I won't touch it.
Yeah, you'll open the pouch and clink in there with the rest of the copper and gold and so on. draw it tight, put it on your belt. All right.
Yep.
Mark down 1 special coin. All right, you guys have now entered into the vault. The rubble-strewn vault contains 5 marble statues atop dioceses. Dioceses? 4 of the statues are unrecognizable. Their features have been badly marred by rock fallen from the cracked ceiling. The 5th is a fine carved statue of a kneeling man. Does anyone... You can either roll history or religion.
I mean, have we walked in? Can I see things or not?
You're close enough to peer in, so those with dark vision, Benkuhm and Archibald staying towards the back. So you kind of poke your way in between Fenris and Darmita as they look down. There are 3 central pillars in the middle holding up the roof, but they're cracked, and so that part of the roof has fallen in. And then where you can see these 4 statues, 2 on each side, and then you get a hint of one far at the far end. The one closest to your right is
I'll probably
actually
say something along the lines of like, oh, this looks like they did. Mind if I take a look for a moment? And I'll walk in and I'll start looking at things.
Absolutely.
Unless someone stops me. So I'll just
Yeah. At this point, Darmita and Fenris do see some footprints in the as Felice goes through, her little tiny gnomish feet kind of highlighting a contrast. You see booted footprints, medium-sized, as though probably armored, judging by these boot prints. They trail a little bit of the embalming fluid that lead into the room, do a quick circuit, and pause near the right statue, the one just to the first one on the right. All the other statues except that one are broken and unrecognizable.
Okay. I assumed it was the far one just because.
Nah, that'd be typical.
Symmetry. Yeah. What about these pillars in the middle? Are they just normal?
They're just large pillars holding up the roof. I mean, they're ornate a little bit, but they're
I don't even know anything
damaged.
else. I just wanted to know if they were connected to the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah, they hold up the ceiling.
Okay. I'll come back to that one then if I don't.
I'm going to stay at the entrance.
Sure.
But do we recognize the I guess we all roll
go
religion.
Go ahead and either history or religion.
Do we have to be proficient?
Actually, Darmita, go ahead and roll a survival check again for me. You're picking up other ideas, and this one you have you have advantage on.
Focusing on religion so far, so I think I'll go with religion instead of history.
All right, Gore got the 11. Bela gets a 15, and Darcy gets a 17. Okay, so let's go down the order. Actually, Gordon, you see this statue for just a second. There's something oddly familiar about this, but you can't place it. It's just something vaguely familiar about the subject in this statue. It's hard to tell, though.
Okay.
It's really faint.
That's fine. I'll linger by the entrance.
No problem. Darmita, you see tracks in the ground. You also see the booted humans, but you also see demonic footprints. Looks like a couple of different demons walked in here, and you bend down on the ground doing the whole there was a battle. The human boot prints are dragged in places, and there's a bit of blood scattered on the floor. You can see that there was some kind of fight here not too long ago between demons and humans. The tracks of the demons end in little pools of ichor in the far back corner. The tracks of the humans, one of them dragging a leg now, not behind them, but shuffling as though wounded. And then they retreat back out the door that you came in.
Okay.
Felice.
And by the way, I rolled a survival for Benkuhm as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he gets a 19 and he just looks back and be like, quit fucking around, guys. They went that way. Points behind.
And I'll just look at him and go, yeah.
Felice, you recognize this is Lanish Pederson. He's a devout Lanish.
Okay.
He was a fairly long dead now, couple generations back kind of thing. Was a kind of like a local hero in the region and a devout follower of Pelor. And rose to some status amongst the Church of Pelor, the worshippers of Pelor. Probably at least 60 years ago, maybe 80 years ago.
Well, 80, 60, what's the difference?
Yeah, to a gnome who lives, what are you, 300, 400?
I don't know. I never decided. I probably should. It just gets so complicated with, like, I was literally there, like,
Okay.
Everyone's 20 at D&D.
Tell you what, you recognize this statue because I'll plot point that nonsense. Yeah. You met Lanish once.
Okay, sure.
At an inn, flashback to that inn. You were having a lovely time. You discovered they had pints of dwarven ale here, and so you were pretty interested to give that a try. Apparently it was pretty reputable. And a troop of Pelor knights and people, this was 75 years ago, and they'd been passing through and they were talking about their this one guy was talking about how he'd been a no good cheat and fool who found a purpose after meeting Lanish, who brought him into to do good works, and they helped save some villages from gnoll attackers, and Lanish was a good leader and was really inspiring to draw people in and make people see that they could do good in the world if they really put their mind to it. So you briefly remembered seeing him. He was an older man at that point. Humans,
cool.
They're very brief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I've flavored that's not necessary, so skip ahead.
One more thing. You do also see that something's missing from this statue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to ask about the other ones, and it just looks like when everything crashed, stones fell from the ceiling and broke things and stuff.
So the
but
stone
this one somehow just
the stone that makes up this kneeling statue has pretty intricately carved full plate, gauntlets, and greaves and all of the pieces, but there's no helm. And you look a little closer, and it looks like there's some scuff marks, as though wear and dust hadn't hit the top of the head in the same way it hits the other parts of this. There was something on this that has been removed, but no helm is present.
If I look at the let's say the gauntlets, they just look carved. They're not.
Yeah, they're definitely
also
stone.
seeming okay.
No,
it seems like
stone,
it was a
see
statue, but
it was holding this
there
item.
Could have been a thing. Okay, cool. Yeah,
it was like a hairdresser practice doll, but for a helmet.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Look at these. Looks like there might have been some trinkets here. I wonder if well, not much left of the other ones, so I don't really know, but I don't know how much I know about the devils coming in here and leaving, because that was something that was in Bella's brain.
Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't.
Brain.
Yeah, you didn't pick that up.
But yeah, I'll convey that. It looks like there was a helmet that was originally on the statue that has been removed recently.
So Bela was leaving as you said this, and then they pause and look back. Benkuhm's like, they went that way.
So I have a few stone-based spells. I want to see if any of them are relevant.
Okay.
Good to know, Felice. So it looks like there might have been maybe this helm of Pelor's Sight Who knows?
It could very well be.
Let's go back, though.
Actually, what was the commander's name?
Peterson.
Well, this is a Pederson, so probably coincidence. All right, let's move on.
All right, so you guys retreat, not retreat, retrace your steps back out the way you came to that original T section, all the way there, except Benkuhm's not in the wall. All right, and Archibald is staying back. Like, after you, big man. Sorry, I'm dragging you there, Felice. Is that all right? Okay, so you guys head down to this curving hallway down each side. Would you rather go north or south?
Gemini_twin.
Oh, Gemini.
Said, if Fenris is still using that sight spell, he may or may not notice, but rows of ethereal guards, ones that he had killed, are staring at him.
Absolutely. So as you walk through any place where there was either a body or a place where they would normally prep a body for interment, and also along the walls, as though there for a second, sort of carved into stone as he glances back, just as he's leaving that room, you see these guards, one after another, bursting into flame, turning to ash. Every once in a while, one would mutter something, but you can't quite make it out. All right, as I said, north or south?
All right. I'm going to go to the intersection quietly, because I can do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to look to see if I'm able to track those footprints.
Oh, absolutely. Now that you've spotted them, you pick them up pretty easily, winding their way back, and it appears that they make their way north.
Then north it is.
Okay. You guys make your way around the curving area.
Can I ask a question about
yeah, of course.
Like layout here? Are we still under the floor that we recognize, or is this like branched out further?
This would you've branched out from the small cemetery kind of mausoleum on the top. This is now starting to wind its way out beneath the graveyard. These descending stairs are quite steep, so you're well below. Great. And in fact, you see internment areas as you walk through. You glance back and you see this large circular catacomb style room. Well, it's more like a wide hallway winding its way through, and inside are burial chambers. This is the ossuary of the faithful. The walls of these chambers and these halls are lined with funerary shelves, each set with dusty humanoid bones, relics and holy symbols of various deities: Lathander, Thorm, Helm, Tyr, Pelor, the Everlight, and so on. Have been set prominently in a number of nooks as you go, and along these interned bodies, this is where Fenris starts to see faces of those who have fallen to his wrath.
Seems like a decent time. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic, just like have it up. Not as a ritual. I'm just gonna spell the spell slot so it's up.
Okay.
While we walk around. I probably should have done that in the other room, but whatever. I think we saw everything there. Not worried about it.
Nothing particularly here glows. The holy symbols that once channeled the blessings of their gods have a trace of magic, but it's been corrupted by the passage to Avernus and by something else.
Ooh, I'm thinking something.
It's as you reach up, and there's a holy symbol of this one. Looks almost like a gateway carved into stone, and you reach up and you touch it, and for just a second,
yeah, I would. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you totally would. It's just like a little pulse of necrotic flash as it goes. This one you almost hear this chuckle in the back of your mind just for a second. It's almost like...
Yeah, and I'm like casting the spell through that like necrotic stone I found. So
Yeah.
I like press it up against the wall
Can
where
I-
it is, and I'm trying to like feel it out.
Can I get you to do a... Actually, as you're
Simple?
walking through, because I'm just going to bump you guys along or you'll take forever going through hallways.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. Yeah.
You guys have made your way fairly far in, and you've reached up to this one in the corner. It's the only one that looks like this gateway, and you touch it, and you hear this faint laughter, and then a pulse of necrotic energy beams outwards. And it's almost like an echo. You feel it from the symbol. Everyone do it. Everybody's within range. Do a Constitution
not have been.
saving throw, please.
All
And after this initial pulse, there's a second dull thump of a faraway echo of it coming down the hall, just to your north.
Okay. Can I have advantage?
No.
No, because you asked. I asked nicely.
I mean, if anyone saw it coming, it was me.
It's true. But no.
That's fine. I don't care.
All right, Gordon with a 25, you pass. Bela with a 19, you pass. I'm assuming that's Benkuhm with a 23, you pass. Darcy,
So do you want me to roll for Archie? I haven't done
you
that.
fail. Go ahead and roll for Archie.
Sure. I don't know what his constitution is.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20,
So,
he passes. And you're the only one who doesn't. So,
Good.
on a fail, you take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Yeah, these hit points look correct.
And if you succeeded, you take 9.
So people are taking 9. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I don't think. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how big the AOE is supposed to be, so I can't
You're all pretty clustered
argue.
up, and
Sure.
What just happened?
even
I'm
more
not very sure.
troubling down the hall. If that had a smell, that kind of greenish necrotic pulse, it's got an echo that pulses from further north. As this slow wave of greenish light flickers, and instead of fading, it's almost like this. It's almost like smoke, but it's pitch black, reaching out of the shadows for a second, and then just fades away. When you saw this in the ethereal, though, and seeing with your invisibility eyes, for a second you saw a large clawed hand in that darkness extending from deeper. Oh, you're in your goddamn vision. You can see all of this. I can see all the way.
Just 120 feet.
Yeah, you can see all of this ahead of you. That greenish shadow claw retreats after the pulse and descends down and retreating back into those stairs like so much evaporating smoke. Everywhere else is this kind of chamber. Oh,
Okay.
What actually do I know about what just happened? Right. Like I detected the magic, and then I like looked at it, and it punched me.
do a religion
what's my
check for me,
assessment
Darcy.
there?
And by the can I get Fenris to do
Did I do an Arcana
perception.
check on
I was going
Or
to say you've got a
perception.
perception check going.
perception? Okay.
Got an 18 on religion.
Nice. So these were all holy symbols of various gods, some well known, some less well known, but they've been corrupted by a demonic presence, infusing them with the worst of their inclinations. Every deity has
Can I
its kind
ask-
of negativity, even if it's just too much pride. In particular, the one you touched was known as a trickster god, and well, that was a good trick.
Cool. Okay, I'm into that. Can I ask?
They have been corrupted
said
by
demonic.
something demonic
Is it demonic?
nearby. It is definitely demonic.
That is interesting. Okay, cool.
So, sorry, Fenris, what did you get on your roll?
I rolled a 14.
14? Well, oh, you have advantage.
Okay. 14.
All right. It's enough. It's enough. Amongst these various chambers and funerary shelves, you can see you see a small creature. It's quite small in form, and it's huddled next to one of these funeral dioceses, and it's looking right at you in this kind of way. It's
it an
taking
imp?
you all in and kind of muttering to it. It's not an imp. It's a quasit. That is exactly. That's okay. It's a quasit.
So there's that scene, right, where Fenris says, "What just happened?" And I, process what happened and go, "Oh, there looks like Gideon knew that he was talking about. There's demons here, not just devils."
So, I don't have it in front of me, but yes, it is a quasit sitting and watching you guys and trying to stay very quiet. It doesn't
The little
know
green
that you
thing,
can
big
see it.
ears, yeah. Maybe some spikes.
Yeah, exactly. Some spikes, some big ears. It's kind of insectoid in a way.
Yeah. Great. I kind of motion Darmita silently, and I point at the closet, or whatever it is.
Do a sleight of hand check for me.
Sure.
Cool.
I haven't used that in a while. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Not bad, if I remember correctly.
Whoa.
19.
Okay.
You very quietly motion to her and just kind of turn like mid-scratch and motion to her. She can't see anything. It's actually invisible right now, but you could see it.
Oh.
What do you want to do, Darmita? She's signaled you something.
I just look at him with an expression of
You are a demon hunter.
Okay.
Benkuhm's
So
like, do you have an itch? Why are you doing that with your fingers?
so the quasit, is it what, a demon?
It's a demon. It's a small...
demon.
It's like the Abyss's answer to an imp.
Imp? Okay. I'm going to cast Chill Touch
I
on
don't
it.
know what you talked about this. Like, how informed of the different types of demons is Fenris?
He's trained in Arcana, so that would be... By default, they'll have some of that.
Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We talked so much about devils that I was curious.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is legit demon.
You do speak both Abyssal and Infernal. So
I
that-
do.
you're
Yeah, I do
trained.
speak Abyssal and Infernal,
Yeah, so that makes sense.
and I'm not exactly a fan of demons, right? So
Yep, totally makes sense.
Absolutely.
okay.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on this demon.
Nice.
Let's see. So it's a ranged spell attack. I haven't done that in a while. It's fine. So
I don't know if I have a quasit.
24.
Oh yeah, that definitely. I'm just going to use imp. I know it's not an imp, but I have...
Want me to draw a closet? Let's see, we use this green color, we give it some big ears. This just looks like a goblin.
Yeah. So let's see if that knocks it out of its invisibility.
I like that so much better. Thank you, Darcy. Except it's very little, so I'm going to do this. There we go.
Yeah, totally. I can't resize. Only GMs can do that.
All right.
It takes 8 damage. Just like, boom. I yell at it, like, closet.
You slap it with this thing and it hisses and and it opens its mouth and just goes and it's gonna try to flee. You can all see it now as it drops its concentration, as it starts to make a run for it.
That's really funny.
I'm picturing it like a Lucas moment.
There it is, Darmita.
Yeah.
Not
You know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give me...
It's a demon.
Yeah, have at it.
Alright. I'm gonna...
It starts to run and then bumps into a fallen urn and falls back over pathetically on his back, and it's like... And in Abyssal, it's muttering, "No, wait.
What's it saying?
It's saying, no, wait. No kill.
Give me a good reason why not.
He looks up at you as you answer him in Abyssal, and he's like, I can give you what you want.
How do you know what I want?
Listen, little demon, you're a little bit of a small fish, so we may let you live, but...
And I just glare at him.
Yeah, I said may, but you... But only if you give us useful, either something useful, like information. What's down here?
Ulfark will help you. Ulfark is... Yeah, Ulfark. You promise I go, and I will tell you my master's plan.
Good boys. A+.
So long as you don't lie to us and you don't try to deceive us.
But I was it. Promise.
What's down here? We
You're
notice there are demons and humans fighting.
He points up at Darmita and says, "Her promise."
I kind of look over at Darmita and I shrug. Either promise or kill it. Your call.
I don't believe this thing has a truth bone in its body.
Then I just kind of shrug, like, okay.
Positive, no bones. Exoskeleton. Invertebrate.
I'm just gonna watch him while he's answering.
I know. I make
When does the arrow hit?
promise. And you no is promise is deal.
I put my hand behind my back and cross my finger and promise him.
Slide a hand check, please.
Boy.
Slide a hand check for behind the backsies.
Gemini_twin said, at Fenris's words to kill it, the souls of the dead are grasping at Fenris, weighing him down. Act is rough terrain.
Absolutely. So, Fenris, these shadows, which are so often your allies, there are a lot of faces in them looking at you. You see again that red-haired boy, young man. You see so many others. Yeah, they were following orders. Probably the wrong orders. Your speed is halved.
Okay.
Darmita, how'd you do?
I got a
18.
18.
18. Ulfark promised you not to regret. I come from over there, the abyss, and down below in the insanity of darkness. We came because of the portal. My master Baphomet came, called to this old gate, and we corrupted it. Hells have corrupted it, and it will let us in. My master seeks to open this door more, sends us little ones through. You had this once holy gateway, not quite sealed, and we will seize it and use it to come here and win and take these hells from the Eye and from Bel, and from all those who would oppose. We can claw out of the dark here, the gate that once led to the light.
Oh, is that thing still talking? Wait, what's going on? I've wandered away and wandered back.
Yeah, you've been looking at the dead bodies.
I want to see if there's an effect I could maybe proc that's, I could manage something with a god and be like, this is a god that I could probably, even if demonic, would make something cool happen.
Oh, there are holy symbols that you could definitely
don't worry about that roll right now. I walked away, I thought about that, I came back, and I'm like, oh, but I don't understand any of this, right? I don't speak Abyssal.
He's speaking
this
common
is a long
now.
Conversation.
Yeah, he'll have switched to common.
Okay. Was not clear.
No. For no other reason than it makes my life easier. All right.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Everyone here speaks except for me, and I wasn't paying attention, so.
Quasi. Ulfric, go now.
What else is down there, that portal? Is there anything bigger than you?
Yes. My master sends things through that might fit before they are shredded in the portal. But, at the moment, not too much. This portal is just a little open. And those pesky humans came and slew a few of us. And now, most of them are dealt with, but some may yet have purpose.
Speaking common, I'll walk up to them then.
Yeah, they're speaking common.
Cool. So, I'll be like, unless anyone stops me walking by, I'll approach and be in sort of, they're tiny, right? They're skull sized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll crouch down even though I'm small. And I'll be like, well, no one seems to be killing you, so would you like to come along? And I put a hand out.
It's kind of.
It is very surprising for this group, but What?
It kind of looks at you and says,
"Oh, for you want me to make a charisma check? I'll fail it.
I probably should go. The sticks will take me back."
All right, little demon, be on your way. Just stay out of ours.
That's the sound of it laughing. All right.
Good laugh.
You guys let him go?
I kind of give I kind of give like Bella a sidelong look, kind of knowing what she's gonna do.
Wait, why is it on me? Oh, it's going that way. It's
He's
going
like
past us?
skipping past as he's trying to make its way towards the exit.
I didn't expect that.
Are you gonna shoot it?
Did you learn anything interesting? Oh, there it goes.
Archibald just comes around the corner and is like, I don't think there's anything back there. What the as the arrow shot goes.
There's one.
That's 10 damage with a 17 definitely hits. As your arrow slams into it as the little tiny creature scuttles past and dies at the 23 and 12 damage. More damage at the foot of Archibald as it's just pinned like a squirrel right to the ground and just like...
Oh, there it is. Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I just turn to Fenris and go, sure, Scorpion.
Yeah. I look back at Felice. Apparently there's a portal, a small one, but it's gonna grow
Hmm.
down those steps
Do you know where it leads?
to the abyss.
Well, that is not that's like the opposite of what we're trying to do, I believe.
Yes. But if there are any survivors, as Cmdr Pederson, they could very well be down there. So let's go find them.
All right.
Cool.
And at that, the rest
I'm
of
going to
you
motion
resume.
people to go down.
So since that scene is over, can I actually ask about like I touched this like trickster god symbol and it zapped me. Is there something I could think of, like with like a religion check, that would be able to be interacted with to create, even if it's like bad, still helpful or something?
Actually, it's almost like these things had just been... Imagine it's like a static charge that's been built up
Sure.
over time by being in proximity to this source of what was good and now is really bad. And so it's like it clung to it and then just waited to be released. You reach up and as the rest of them start marching off down the stairs, you tap one of the same symbol again and nothing happens.
Okay, yeah. I'm like
It's
actually running
dispelled
through
or
like
discharged.
every domain in my brain, and I mean they're all good at killing people because it's D&D. So basically, no matter what I choose, is going to be like, yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
you're
knowledge.
like trying
Actually,
to
can I
figure
find
out...
a knowledge?
well, like
I want
which...
to find something that's a knowledge domain and see if I can interact with that in
Oh,
a
sure.
way. I
Absolutely.
want to know what demonic power would do to that.
Well, they don't seem to be shocking you anymore. So
Well,
whatever
yeah,
magic
the
has been
implication
dissipated.
was
but
that
you can go ahead and find a knowledge-based deity. You find a symbol of Ioun.
yeah, it's assisted by the like detect magic. Like I'm trying to find something that would. You said that the symbol was like corrupted by demonic power, and therefore instead of it being this like trickster that is good, it's this trickster that is corrupt.
Right.
And I want to find the same thing, but with knowledge. And if there isn't any, that's fine. We can move on. But...
Sure, you can pick it up. You know the lexicon isn't the word I'm looking for, but the pantheon.
Pantheon.
That's it. Enough that Ioun's symbol would be the most likely the knowledge
Makes sense.
deity.
Yep.
And so you pocket that or investigate that if you want. The rest of them have moved on though.
Okay.
At this point.
But there's nothing that I'm finding that is more magical residue. Like the first.
Unfortunately, it just seems to be whatever effect it was has been discharged.
Okay. I don't really care about carrying a whole
It was a
symbol. It's not
magical
useful to me.
trap. And
So
it was
that's what I
set
was
off.
doing during that. I walked down this
Yeah.
like circle
Okay.
area and I came back.
If you want to keep the symbol, it seems to be, inert now.
Sure, I'll mark it down.
Okay.
Not like I'm carrying too much.
All right, so you guys descend down carefully into the next chamber. This is a meditation chamber. This area is set with cushions and low stools of brown oak. Above an empty dais, the wall is covered with a mosaic shaped from the colored chips of bone, artfully arranged to depict scenes of funerals, the migration of souls, and the celestial realms. The lettering along the bottom of the mosaic reads, in many different languages, "Contemplate life. Death comes soon enough." you recognize, at least one of you is proficient in religion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You recognize this area as one that priests would come in to, they dedicated to dealing with the dead to help the priests endure the nature of being so close to death all the time.
That makes sense. Yeah. Cool.
Doesn't it seem, other than the cushions and the mosaic, you do see one of the murals depicts a shining mirror-like, and on the opposite wall was a sconce for one of those Everlight torches, but that has been dashed and shattered in the ground. Just a few flickering embers left.
See, mirror-like?
Yeah, and so where it's positioned, it's actually kind of off to the side. It's not necessarily central, but there is a small mosaic over here depicting this mirror-like like almost gateway-like thing, and inside you see a bas relief of the starburst of Pelor on the other side of this mirror. It would normally have reflected the light of the burnt-out torch, but it was shattered.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of assume we're all in this room now. Like, we always stop at doorways.
There are,
but,
so there's a couple of pillars.
I'm going to pull out one of my shards of mirror that I got from upstairs.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to call over, I guess Benkuhm has the light, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So I start with that and I hold it up, and of course there's no light to reflect, so it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
And
Once
over,
Benkuhm holds up the light, he's like, "What are you doing?" Pulling at his hand, and he begrudgingly opens his hand, and this almost firelight ember-looking stone lights around. It is a beautiful piece of art, but there is nothing innately magical about it. It's just a depiction on a wall.
Right, cool. Yeah, my magic's still up, probably. Unless that conversation was more than 10 minutes, which it might have been. I don't know.
No, that was relatively short.
You can gauge those things because it's real time when it's conversation. But I'm going to do this thing where I'm like reflecting the light from the stone to the mirror, but it's not doing anything.
No,
it's just like a mural which depicts a mirror, right? It's not actually a mirror.
No, okay. It is actually a mirror with etchings in it, but it doesn't appear to be magical.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry, Todd.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
I don't saw my message. I know you're doing like 50,000 things at one time.
Yeah, sorry. You gotta get going?
I do. Okay. I'm so...
No, that's okay. I understand.
No worries.
I got a text, so...
Absolutely. You gotta get going. I understand. Life is life. You gotta live it. So, thanks very much for coming tonight. Do you guys want to keep going? I'm good to keep going, or we can pause.
I'm good to keep going.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to come for a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
I know that when I leave, it's going to screw up the thing, so I didn't know if you wanted to take a break.
Yeah, we'll probably take a little break. And
That's a good idea. That was a good time.
That's a great idea. And thanks very much for joining us tonight. Hey, Internet, what catches... Oh, yeah. Sorry, it cut out when I spoke.
Oh, I just said it was good to see everybody.
Good seeing you again.
Good to see you too. Great. And we'll see you again. Well, maybe not next week. We'll be in touch over the channels.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a busy couple weeks. But maybe not, actually. So we'll see. But yes, we'll see you soon.
Said. See ya, Bela.
So as you enter this kind of place to contemplate living and death, there's a single set of stairs descending further down. These ones quite steep, leveling off for a second, and then even steeper, descending deeper and deeper into the darkness below. We're gonna take a quick little pause right here as you meditate upon that.
Gemini_twin said, see ya, and take care.
I don't know why it
Smiley face.
Slows down like that. That's so funny. Anyway, thanks very much.
Yeah.
We are going to take a break, and we will return in a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back in about 10? 10? 15? What do you want?
Yeah, 5, 10.
Never roll back here.
I've got timers. I can figure this out. Thanks very much to everybody who's watching, and thanks for the follow, Steamy John. I think that was last game, but thanks very much, and all the subs and all of those. Thanks so much. Don't forget, you can always show us some love by following or subbing if you want. Don't forget, we've also got all our backlog on not Instagram, YouTube. That's the words. We also do Podbean. Is our main podcast provider, but we feed that out to all the podcast places, I believe, or at least most of them. So you can always check out our backlog and our Shadowrun games as well. Speaking of Shadowrun, I do want to do that again soon with all of y'all, and I might open that up and we'll see where that goes. But I think we should have a character generator game soon, but we'll talk more about that later. So, and with that, we will return from deep beneath the cemetery in Avernus.
Gemini_twin said, Break also sponsored by the year 2020. Maybe.
All right. Hey everybody, we are back from break. Thanks for sticking with us. Darmita Bela had to hit the road, so you guys get to play all the characters now. So let's dive right back in where we were.
Goody.
Good thing you did those character portraits, because like half the party is gone. That's okay. We got this.
Got this.
All right.
Swap out Darmita's for a new one because I can't control hers, but I can control this one.
Oh yes, I guess we have to get that.
Maybe I don't have control of this one. No, actually, it won't let me pull it out, so I don't have control anyway. Never mind. Yeah, you control Darmita. Movement-wise.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. But you guys can just decide. So we have 3 people. All right, so the stairs descend below you. After you guys are welcome to actually take a rest down here if you want. It's been a while.
Can I ask you some questions about like these big circle-y things? Like originally we saw a bunch of statues on circles. Oh, they have the little stars, so that meant they were statues. What are these other ones for?
This one's just kind of a raised-up platform with cushions, so it doesn't look like there was a statue here.
And these are the ones that sort of lead to like I don't know, those like wall, shell body things. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool.
we don't really need a rest because beyond the little fight that we had up top, we haven't really fought at all.
That's true.
So I think we just maintain the marching order and let's go down.
All right.
Sounds good.
So Darmita and Benkuhm taking the lead. Fenris slightly back of that. Archibald bringing up the rear with... Whoa, what did I do? Okay, with Felice. And I think Darmita usually goes out front.
Yeah, and then Benkuhm and then me.
Exactly. All right, so you guys descend down the stairs. Can I get you... Wait, how long does see invisibility last?
1 hour.
Oh yeah, so it's still up.
Oh yeah.
You've been seeing, as it says, contemplate life. You've been seeing these faces in your memory in the mists of the ethereal around you. You've been seeing faces of people who have either died at your hand or died around you, or you even see a flash of like people who've died for you. You see that dwarf who died on the way into the high hall. At another point, you swear to God, you see this little clicking closet for a second, and then you blink and he's gone again. And you double check that one to make sure it's not another closet, but it is not. It was just a brief little flicker on the ethereal plane. Passing spirits.
That reminds
or
me.
Fog.
Kind of a retcon. Can we have collected the Ichor, or does Quasit not produce any because it's too tiny?
Yeah, go ahead and do a medicine check for me retroactively.
Medicine? Okay.
Would a Quasit really die though in here? Or
That's a good point. I don't know.
Or would they just kind of go back to the abyss?
I just know that there's rules for Ichor.
Yeah, there is
24.
Demon Ichor. If they die on this plane, you know this because you're trained in Arcana. If a creature, if devils and demons die, they have those soul anchors. They chain themselves to the anchors of their chosen lords and masters, and if they don't have one themselves. So that means that if they die on a plane that's not their own, off they go to be reformed on their own plane.
So there's just nothing left of them.
This one, there is a tiny bit of ichor, but would you roll a medicine?
24.
Oh, wow. So you actually do get a small dose of demon ichor. You also know
Yeah, I
enough
wanted to play
to
herbalist.
not
That's
touch
worked
it.
out so great so far.
Yep. No, you've collected it. You have a small dose of demon ichor. And all the nasty that can do.
I'll work down small dose. Parentheses a quasit.
All right. At the bottom, Darmita holds up a hand in the darkness and motions towards the right-hand side at the bottom of this landing, the stairs. Oh, the reveal did not work. Let me try it again.
Oop.
There is a door. It appears to be locked.
I'll motion for Archibald to... I mean, I'm sure if Darmita checked the door to see if it's locked, I'd motion for Archibald to go to see if he can unlock it, and also check
Alright,
for
let's
traps.
take a look.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for him. Or anybody else who wants to try it.
Investigation. I do not know his intelligence.
I don't know either. I'll roll
Let's just say it's a
+1d20. +2.
Anyone else? You can substitute.
Yeah, I rolled a 13. Darcy rolled a 16.
Yeah, that's 16 without any modifiers. For Archie.
Yeah, Archie's like, oh, it's not trapped, but that might be. And he points towards the blank wall behind him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I look there. Do I notice something that could be?
There is a very, very faint outline in the dust, and only Archibald spotted it.
Okay.
There does appear to be some kind of secret passage or entryway built into that door, into the wall there.
Or a trap?
Could be. Which way do you want to go?
Can I see this like secret door thing?
Once it's pointed out, yeah, you can all see.
As like a rocky
actually-
person? These are stone walls, right?
Yeah, they are. So yeah,
Ooh,
you picked it up as once you move towards the front. Archibald points towards it, and it's enough to you see it. Oh yes, those little stones are.
I've been like
zinc.
probably paying attention to the stonework the whole time, and just I haven't mentioned it because it wasn't really worth bringing up. This is sort of normal stonework I imagined up until now.
Yeah, it's been pretty straightforward. A little bit decorative in
hello.
places.
Yeah.
Crumbly in others. So yeah, there does appear to be some kind of door. Archibald quickly unlocks this door this way quietly with his pick. Stands up, tucks the pick back into his sleeve, adjusts his cravat a little bit, and steps back, motioning towards the rest of you, and he resumes his spot at the back of the group.
What do I need to do to figure out how this door works?
Are you trained in...
It's like one of the first scenes I was in was opening a door and walking through it and getting hit by a trap. Let's do that again.
You can... Are you proficient in thieves' tools? Do you have thieves'
No.
tools?
No, I just want to know from a stoneworking perspective if there's anything.
Okay, let's go with an investigation check. Oh, you did one with advantage.
No, that
that was Archie.
investigation
That
was for Archie. Yeah.
Okay.
My investigation is much better than that.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's like two better.
So
Investigation.
go ahead and roll with advantage. Whoa.
Okay.
That is
22,
a
natural 20.
Natural 20. So you're just
I'm
like...
good at stone stuff. Everything related to stones I've done well in.
In fact, you find not only how to open this door, that was elementary, but you actually find the maker's mark, the masonry marks in the edges, and they leave a little code. And in
Nice.
amongst the code, you can make out the letters that basically point out that this leads... this goes to the cathedral.
Ooh! These goes to the cathedral. Is it the same one that we came from before? That seems quite a long passage.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a different cathedral. I'm not entirely sure. Is that just the High Hall? Was that the cathedral?
Yep, they're the same.
That was the High
buildings.
Hall.
But this does appear to be, at least according to these marks, it says in kind of cryptic masonry code, a mason code kind of thing. It indicates this way to the cathedral.
Well, this will be useful later, I suppose. We'll come back this way.
Yes, well done.
And I thought we were going to go back up to the top. There was this, statue with a ritual and a prayer, and I was going to do something with that, but oh well.
All right, what do you want to do?
We'll go through the door, or the locked door, but the same marching order.
Okay. First thing you notice as you creak open the door is a very faint light peering through, and it's not static. It's got this. It's as though there's a light on water reflecting. It's a rippling kind of light playing across the room, and it's not
Across the room, what way?
Across the hall as you just eke open the door ever so quietly.
Okay.
This light alternates randomly between kind of a greenish flickering blue and quite a bright, warm, yellowy, pearlescent white, and then a flash of darkness. It's all disorienting in a way. As you...
Has it been 10 minutes since I cast Detect Magic?
You've got about 1 minute left.
Alright, I'm going to make a Constitution save, because I don't think I did that when I took damage. I lose it anyway, so it's fine.
Hold on 1 sec. I want to make sure... Yes, that's right. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Alright, so as you open the door, and who's going to go first?
Darmita.
Okay.
Not that I'm trying to throw under the bus, but, marching order is the
Same marching order.
So Darmita, followed by Benkuhm, enter in, Fenris close behind. As you enter in, you see a shallow meditation pool, and it fills most of this room ahead. It's set off by a broad landing edged with low wrought iron railings. Wondrous frescoes along the wall depict souls gaining the blessing of Pelor, the Everlight, Thorm, Helm, Tyr, Ioun. The frescoes on one wall are darkened and blackened and dripping with a blackish ichor.
Ooh!
They've been twisted into abyssal forms surrounding a shimmering portal. The pool is littered with the mutilated bodies of humans, wearing the uniforms of Elturel and other Salem Rock. The swirling water of the pool roils with shadows and is shot through with patches of black ichor where demons have fallen. An armored woman with a shield slung on her back crouches among these bodies, writhing in pain. Eyes are closed, hands clutched at the golden helm that's on her head, as if trying in vain to claw it off. Unintelligible words spill from her lips. Some sound saintly and solemn, while others resonate with a cruel hissing.
Where are they in this room? They're not in the pool, right?
Oh,
I think they are.
They're in the pool itself?
Redo. 1 sec. I deleted it. Yes, for now, because I deleted the little drawing, I'll just draw right here.
If you use a single line, it'll be moved as one more easily. Yeah, there you go.
She's kneeling in almost waist-high water, clawing.
And that water is full of dead bodies and ichor and stuff.
Yeah, clawing
seems
at
bad.
her head, holding and wearing this helm. The portal.
Is she the only one? Is she the only one living? Like, is she the only one alive in the pool, or?
Yeah, it does look that way. The portal, by the way, is shimmering and twisting and writhing
Over
at
there.
the far end over there.
Okay. Does it look like anything when we look at the portal, or is it just like it's a portal? It's like wobbly. Like can we see through it? Is what I'm asking.
You've never seen anything. Oh no, did you see? Yes, you saw something very similar at one point. This is a very unstable portal. Very reminiscent of the one you came through before you plunked it full of stabilizer stones or whatever you want to call those.
Nice.
This one seems to be almost having a battle with itself. It'll start to clear with this brilliant, almost blinding white light, just pure paper white, but luminescent. And then it'll start to color around the edges and have black swirls pull through it and tear at it, and then it'll rip, leaving this void that you've seen before in the swirling gate. And then it'll the black ichor will start to take over, and this little veins of white, almost like milk and cream in coffee, or swirling through the blackness, tainting it. It is this writhing back and forth, and it is not settled on one or the other. Every once in a while you get a glimpse of something in darkness, or a very... the light is actually harder to see into than the darkness. That's what you get.
Do I notice... I think we're probably moving in a bit.
Sure.
Do I notice anything that's stabilizing this portal? Like if it reminds me of the one in Salem Rock, like stones or runes or anything that's like...
Sure. So as you enter in a little bit further and get a look at this, I'm not going to make you jump in the water there, Felice, but...
Yeah.
Well, you said it's like a fence. Could I
yeah, you can hop
with
it.
my proportions? I'm just
Yeah.
not sure if it's closed
waist high,
or
so
if it's...
probably up
Oh,
to
you
your
can
head.
you can duck under it. It's just a single iron rod top. And
Oh,
you can-
okay. I thought it was like
No, you can. It's
a fence.
It's supposed to be a meditative pool. You're not really supposed to walk in there. It's like a fountain in Rome, but you could.
Okay. Good to know. I mean, there's a person here. We should probably take a look and,
Yeah, like a call out. Like I think like I would take a look at the portal, see if there's anything interesting, but then probably call out to this. Like I would say, like probably call out to this woman, like, and I'd probably just say, "Hey, Cmdr Pederson," as a questioning.
No. Just get it. Get it.
Well, that does not seem good.
You will not have that.
There shall be. That's what you hear from her voice. All three of those. At various points.
Great.
Roll a perception check for me.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
13. There's a strange sense of... It's like when she speaks, these competing voices overlapping, even from the same vocal cords. It's very disconcerting. If anything, you would say... It seems as though she is not fully aware of what's going on, as though she's in a battle that you can't see. In fact, she's thrashing about in the water. You double check that your see invisibility is on, and you get a faint... Actually, do an Arcana check for me.
Cool. While you're doing that, I think I'm sort of like tentatively testing the water. Like, how deep is it? Am I going to drown in this?
It's waist deep on a human, so you would be right in up to your neck.
15.
Yeah.
With your see invisibility, you see tendrils of this swirling... It's like a little bit of blackened shadow coming through with twisted veins of red, and then also veins of white stretching from the portal through on the bleeding over into the ethereal plane and connecting to the helmet, where you see this kind of this radiance aura around the helmet is this twisting. It's matching very much the portal of this twisting battle of light and dark, and definitely seems like this commander is being influenced.
Well, I don't think that they can. I'm not really sure that they. His water is gross.
I'm going to look at the portal and see if there's a way I can, like, are there runes, are there stones that are kind of stabilizing it?
Well, you're going to have to get closer to see from here. It's a little bit hard to see with your 13 from before. It looks like it was probably it's sort of very much like a mirror at one point, and it's got these little kind of carvings, but from here you can't make any details out.
Okay, I'm gonna call to Darmita. Keep an eye on the commander. There's magic linking to the helmet and the portal.
You'll never
That's part of
take
this.
us. And then she splashes down into the water and just starts holding her own head underneath.
Got it.
Okay. I'm going to try to get a little closer to see if I can see anything that I can turn off the portal.
Absolutely.
With like a ritual.
Your Arcana of 15, and you can roll with advantage because you've dealt with portals before. We'll see if you get this. This is your... Meanwhile, Darmita points at Pederson.
Ooh, natural 20, 25.
Damn, nice. Okay, we'll deal with that in a sec. Darmita looks over at you and she's like, I'm supposed to deal with that? She looks over at Benkuhm, who kind of shrugs. And the commander is literally head down in the water, the feet kicking up, tries to come up and pulls herself back underneath the water again. She's been out for a little bit now.
Don't let her drown. I just call back as I pay attention to the portal. Like,
I love how you don't even look. You're just like, don't let her drown.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
She's already knocked unconscious? Is that what you said?
No, she's not unconscious yet, but she's struggling.
What did you mean by she's been out for a while already?
She's been under for a while already.
For a few seconds, yeah.
So Benkuhm steps over the railing easily and goes splashing through the water, just not minding the swirls of blood and ichor, smacks a body out of the way as he walks in, grabs the commander, pulls the shoulders up with this gasp, this helmet, this helm covering her most of her head. And he's like,
oh, very good.
And you hear this horrible wrenching scream.
They shall pay.
Never. The powers of good will rise. Get it off.
Well, you heard her. Take it off.
Benkuhm starts trying to pull it off, and she screams as her neck muscles just and like starts to wrench. She's like, you want me to keep going?
Just give me a moment. I think I found something.
Okay. With your nat 20, you look at this portal, and there aren't spots for these waystones, the way the other portal was working. But the basics are still the same. It is a waygate, or at least this one was a little different. It wasn't meant to be passed through, but it was meant to be communication through.
Oh.
And the pearlescent, like, there are literally embedded gems, diamonds, and pearls all the way around this whole thing. But a lot of these diamonds are now cracked. Several of them, you see another one go. Just, there's probably about well, I don't know exactly, but there's a lot. And then there are where the pearls, rather than cracking, they're starting to blacken from this pearlescent white color to become this darkened, corrupted sheen. You get the idea. You can, if you damage those enough, you could close it.
I'm going to use telekinesis and start pulling out the blackened, like the corrupted gems.
Okay, hold on one sec. I just realized I may need to read ahead on that. But you could definitely disrupt it. Maybe not permanently, but you could definitely make it go a lot slower. Have a hell of a hard time.
You're trying to forcibly pull them out of the wall, huh?
Yeah,
wow.
it's okay. So you cast telekinesis.
Telekinesis
like
can pull
500 force or something, right?
1,000
there you
pounds.
go.
Yeah,
1,000 pounds.
The whole thing flexes, and if it was an actual mirror, the whole thing would rip off the wall and shatter. But instead, it just kind of bends as a lot of these things you start targeting the one after another. A whole bunch of these corrupted pearls and cracked diamonds start falling out and splashing into the water. The water starts to bubble.
I just start pulling them out just to slow it, to see if I can disrupt it more.
Okay.
Benkuhm, maybe get out of that water. I'm not entirely sure. You should be standing in it.
He's now got the commander over his head, and he starts walking back. At that point, this massive hand reaches up from underneath the water and just grabs his leg.
When you say a massive hand, what does that mean?
This hand wraps easily around his massive thighs that are probably as big as my torso. Clearly, parts of this were deeper than others. And
yeah, what's on the other side of that hand? I guess it's too dark to see through the water.
Oh, it's all clouded with blood and
yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
And now bubbles of boiling, and actually a few of these pearls pop and then start to coalesce into this ichor that then coalesces into a larger, almost like an oil spill. And then out of this, you see this hand, another horns start to pop up. Definitely.
Yeah, I see this and I just like stumble backward, like, oh!
Yeah, I'm going to back up a bit.
I like fall down, you know.
All right, Benkuhm's like, and just throws the commander over all of you, and she ends up landing pretty close to where you entered the room. Archie just barely ducking out of the way there. She comes flying by. He's like, "Oh, this is
hello, dear."
And then Benkuhm is now base to base with this thing. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do the fancy thing where I change who I'm rolling as, so delineate these different sheets. But I would need you to roll Bela, not myself. All right, so we're going to start with Benkuhm. That's Archie. Why did I say, dang it, that's mapped wrong. Oh well. Let's call that an Archie. That's fine. I have too many sheets open. And I rolled the wrong sheet for Archie. Archie should have a plus 6 to that roll.
Nice.
On top of the plus 1, I mean. So 23.
All right. Sorry, I'm just doing a little flippity here.
Can't hear you, Todd.
Oh, sorry. I'm just doing a little flippity. Just a sec.
Super quiet. Oh, you're back. You're fine now. I think.
Yep. I just had to project more. Real
No,
loud.
I don't think so. Oh, it might be like an auto balancing thing.
It probably
What's
is.
happening?
This thing likes to bump me up and down.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I enjoyed that I got initiative of 4. That feels great. I like how the dice know, like, who I'm rolling for.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. All right, reaching out of this darkness, you see this creature that looks... Its face looks like a twisted boar with these massive tusks protruding from its chin, its jawline, its cheeks. It's got tufts of just fur all over it. Giant it's almost like you had a gorilla and a warthog and a man. Yeah. It's man bear pig. Comes out of these twisted
kind of actually,
ridiculous little wings fluttering behind it as it just claws its way out of this ichor filled pool. Those of you who are trained in Arcana,
yep.
I think that's both of you.
Yep.
You both recognize. This is I'm going to massively mispronounce this. Analfeshni?
I don't know. I've never bothered to try to pronounce it before, but I know which one it is. Like, I could picture it.
If it doesn't...
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Monster Manual.
And it bellows out in this... Master.
Did you do this?
No, it was there.
All right.
I don't know. I think if it was always there, they would have noticed it. It seems ridiculous.
Okay. Start of the order, Bela.
What'd Bela get?
She's right there. She's at the top of the order. I don't have it here, so I'm just gonna make it in a nice, annoying little burgundy. It is large, by the way.
Oh yeah. I mean, its arm was on. This is the same thing that was holding Benkuhm's leg.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just drew it and moved it over.
Okay, great. That works. But did you roll for Bela?
What does Bela want to do? Oh wait, I know. She's gonna shoot it with arrows.
I mean, you're right. I'm confused. Like, who? Am I just not seeing the roll? I'm just confused. So.
No, I'm just going by the turn order.
There's no turn order right now.
Really?
I don't see it, but you know what? Let Bela go first. It's fine.
Yeah. It's perfect. Yeah.
Huh. Bela got a 22.
Great.
Benkuhm's on deck.
23, but
oh, this must be old.
Yeah.
Why is that not updating?
We didn't select our tokens and do the thing proper, so the turn order is just old and garbage.
Can I drag it in? No, I can adjust it. Here, let me just adjust it. 17. Benkuhm is 15. Felice is 4. What did you get, Fenris?
7.
No, okay, I don't need to change that. And Bela... One of you guys roll for Bela.
Can't. You have access to the sheet, I don't.
Oh, I don't even know what her... It's going to be +4. Or 5. So...
Yeah.
17. There we go. Alright, now... I will organize it descending. I'm learning Roll20. We're figuring this stuff out. Alright, top of the order. Archibald, Bela react immediately at the same time.
You got a 23, actually. I didn't add a full modifier.
Oh. What do you want Archie to do?
I don't know, like, can we get to it? It's behind this fence? Like,
he's going to bend down and check on this fallen person, Cmdr Pederson, make sure she's, not dead. So that's what he's going to do. All right.
Yeah, he just walks in the door as she
goes flying
across.
into him. And he bends down and checks on him.
Hello.
All right. Bela. She's going to fire arrows at the thing and yell at Benkuhm to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. Can she Hunter's Mark it? I think it was up.
Yep. Well, we'll have to pretend because it's not an icon.
On her means?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she moves back and fires 3 times. Do you want me to roll?
Okay. Yes, I don't have access.
Okay.
If you want to give me permission for the sheet, then I'll roll, but otherwise.
I will, but just give me a sec. I don't even know which
17,
one's
3, 7. She has got a +11, I believe.
I don't even see her sheet here anymore.
It's on mine. It says Darmita. I imported it, so
Oh, okay. There we go.
yeah.
Just edit it real quick.
All the yeah. But she does have a +11. I know that. So
There you go. So now you can control her.
cool. I'll take a look at that. Do. Yes, I now have access. And yes, her modifier
Well,
is
the rolls stay, and I rolled, wow, 17, followed by a 3, followed by a 7. So
right, which is +11 to each.
yeah, the
So
middle
does
one
a
misses.
14 hit?
14 does not.
Okay, but the 18 does.
18 hits. So
Okay,
2 hit
cool.
and 1 misses.
Okay.
And I'll let you roll damage on that.
So I'd have to. So I'm just going to roll to hit again so that I can get the damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
sorry. I'm rolling as myself. So that's 7, and then it's an extra D6, right?
Yep,
Or is it D8? I can never remember what Hunter's Mark is.
it's D6.
D6.
Okay.
So that's 12.
It's each attack that hits, right?
Yep, that's why
Yeah.
the Hunter's Mark is decent.
It's pretty good.
Oh, another 12. 24.
And I believe the last one did. It was the middle one that missed, right?
The
so
middle
she gets
one
her
missed, yeah.
her
She
bonus
gets a
damage as
D8. Yeah.
Right.
Cool. 1.
Okay.
All
25
right.
damage.
Swap
Two
edit so I
arrows
don't look
find
like I'm
true,
police.
and one of them hitting the wrist, the other one kind of digging into the fat torso of this cloven-hoofed beast. All right, that's her turn, Benkuhm. Let's go with Fenris. What do you want her to do? Him to do?
I think Benkuhm is going to rage and attack it with, oh boy, his great sword.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Great
Sounds good to
weapon
me.
master.
All
Yeah.
right.
roll
Hidden
it up.
Lord Great Sword.
You have control of his
Yeah.
sheet if you want it. Or
I do, yeah.
well, so does Gordon.
Oh, I go ahead. Go
Okay.
for
I
it.
think this is right. Yeah, that should be. Oh, right, because it's great weapon, so it's -5. That's why. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a natural 20 on the first hit.
I think he gets a
Which,
bonus on the nat 20 as well if he hits
Yeah, he'll get a
another
bonus.
swing.
He won't
So
because he
this
bonus
is-
action raged.
Right.
Yeah. So this damage calculation is not right.
No,
the rage doesn't go twice because that's not how a crit hit works.
Okay, so just -3 from that.
2d6 for the weapon. +3, 10 mod, 2 magic.
31.
And there's an extra d6 because I think he has a special ability to get some d6. I don't know if there's actually any crit happening here. Yeah, I don't know. It's
No,
how he has it set up.
It's not a crit. So
The natural 20 isn't a crit?
well, no, I mean it didn't calculate it as a crit that I can tell.
Right, okay.
So we can
Yeah.
just double that if you want. Just for the
okay,
sake
so
of-
the damage you can't duplicate is 15. He's 15 plus his rage damage. Can't be duplicated. Or doubled, I mean.
31, and then
So 9. So 9, 18 plus 15 is 33. Plus his rage is 36.
36. Yoicks! Yoicks!
Yoicks.
Nice. That's a heavy round between the two of them, and he that's his
That's the second
first
attack.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
So I'll use the same macro. Does 16 hit?
Nope.
16 does not.
Doubt it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
As the thick hide just scars along the top, and the Benkuhm is laughing in sync with the voice in his head.
But what a hit.
Range 22, 26.
All right, coming up next, we got actually, no, not Fenris. We have it.
Yeah, the hit.
It decides. It decides. Well, let me just do this real quick. I think it can just do this the first time. It magically emits a scintillating, multicolored light. Each creature within 15 feet of it must succeed a wisdom save. So that would be Benkuhm, Felice and Fenris.
From the outside? Usually I mention from inside of the square. How does that work? Like you said 15 feet of me, you'd go from the middle of my square, right? How does that work when calculating his?
It's
I just legit don't know. I never thought about it.
yeah. It's
But if I went from the outside, yeah.
yeah. You're within 15.
So it's just not going to hit Archie.
Right. Technically, Bela is just outside of that as well.
Okay, sweet. Love it. Beautiful.
All right.
What do I need to be? Sorry, what's
Whiz save, please.
Great. So I'm on Benkuhm first. And then I will also open up my own. I can't go right.
Benkuhm fails.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna use a luck point.
What, you don't want to keep the 3?
No, I don't.
That
Still not gonna
8
help.
is a little better, but not enough.
10 total,
You
yeah.
fail.
Fail.
And and Felice definitely succeeds with a nat 20. Total
Okay.
26. Nice. So those who failed are frightened for 1 minute. You can.
Oh yeah, I'm not used to this real fast.
You're like, she was scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to resave at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And those who succeeded are immune to it for a while. All right. It will then. That's probably as an action. Yeah, that's what it did. So
That's the whole turn?
That's the it's gonna move actually.
Sure.
It had already grabbed Benkuhm's leg, so he's still technically grappled, but he didn't even try to move. So it just moves a bit forward and just steps over that fence, getting base to base with Fenris there, just bending the iron rod fence like it wasn't even there. This massive, hulking thing, and it's just kind of dragging Benkuhm along by 1 square, and it gets right up next to Fenris and drools down on him and mutters in abyssal. Hold on. Mutters.
You would be a good meal or prize.
All right, next up, Fenris.
Oh, it didn't attack. Okay.
No, it was
Yeah, they had to do that wobbly thing, apparently.
Okay.
You are frightened of it. You have disadvantage.
frightened.
Blah 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 blah. You can't
I
move
have
towards
disadvantage on. I
Yeah.
think I have disadvantage on
saving throw.
attacks and ability checks.
I believe so.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yep.
That sucks.
When it is within sight, you get to save at the end of your turn.
Okay. I am with my action. I am going to try to move it.
Yeah, you'd already cast telekinesis.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you
So-
think it is weight?
It's an ability-
heavy.
Is it 1,000 pounds heavy?
I don't know. I'm looking what a warhog's weight is.
Let's see.
It probably weighs.
It's. Let me just tell you, it's. How I'm figuring this is I'm looking.
I
at
can
the
move a huge or smaller creature.
It is large,
fair.
so that's fair.
I can
but
move a huge. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it'll be a contested roll, and it will
It is.
definitely. You are at disadvantage.
I'm at disadvantage, yes.
Yeah, and it will have advantage based on its girth. I'm saying, well, anyway, it's fine. Yeah, you can move it because you can move huge things, but
I can move huge,
technically it's over 1,000 pounds.
That's surprising.
If a
But
person,
a creature,
if
yeah,
a
I
regular
guess.
person can be like 300 pounds and walking around, this thing is like 4 of those easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
just
you're
when I look
already
at
at disadvantage,
telekinesis.
so it's fine.
All right, I'm at a disadvantage. All right,
Make a your roll.
1d plus 5. That's the first one. That's not good. So I rolled a 14.
Oh, and it does
And-
have advantage
It's
for
both.
some reason.
It shouldn't have both.
It should have advantage.
No, it has advantage for a different reason.
magic resistance?
It has magic resistance as well.
This is an ability check.
It's a magical
ability.
effect, though.
Oh?
I'm
I'll
gonna
go on
roll
record
this as a
saying I
spell.
disagree, but I'm
Well,
fine
yeah,
with you doing that.
This is a spell, so it'll be like, no. Anyway, he rolled poo, though. Nat 1
Oh, he
and a
rolled poo.
9. And then, so that's a
Ooh.
total of a 14.
Oh, boy.
So you're 20.
Okay.
What did you roll? You rolled a 14.
I rolled a 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
meets beats. Look at that. You
Yeah.
were the
They both
aggressor
meet.
there. Well, yeah, but you were the aggressor, so you get to move him. You're just
Wow.
like, you literally have a nosebleed, though. You're just like,
Yeah. That was some crazy rolling. I am moving him.
the iron rot fence lifts up around him as well. Just to...
I'm basically trying to push him through to the portal. Like, get away from me.
All right, so
Interesting.
you give him a hard shove, and he gets slammed against this portal. Its back hooves and like its butt goes into the portal and goes further than the wall should allow it.
Oh boy.
And Benkuhm is dragged along with it as it's like holding on to him, and he's dangling there on the edge of this hissing abyss. And
You hear the thing being like, you will never stop us. You will never stop us. We will always come for you. And it looks at you. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to back away just a little bit. And I
just
guess
wiping
that's...
blood off your nose there.
Yeah, like, ooh, that was crazy. And I guess that's my
All
turn.
right, that's your turn. Coming
I
up next,
will roll-
Felice. Yeah, you can roll to
Well, I'll
resist.
roll. Let's see if I say this. 15!
15
Is that good?
is what you need. Exactly, actually.
Oh, excellent.
Wisdom
no longer
save,
frightened.
you passed. You are no longer frightened.
The experience of pushing it away and bleeding through my nose is like, oh wait, I shouldn't be afraid of this thing anymore.
I'm not afraid. I'm just
I'm not
angry.
afraid.
All right, Felice, it's your turn.
Cool. I didn't actually think about it because I was doing other things. So he just got smashed against this wall. Did that do
And
any damage?
a little
And
bit.
B, it's like we already know it's like a communication only thing.
And it's restrained, by the way.
No,
It's
he's
yeah.
actually somewhat through the portal. Like its
Ooh,
butt end is
that's cool.
sticking further in the wall than it should. And it's like
Interesting.
the portal is glimmering and shimmering around it.
Well, I don't really have any combat stuff, so I'll like scuttle past Darmita and be like, "You go ahead, Archie. I didn't take a look at her." And I'll like
Try to
swap
close the
positions with
portal.
Archibald. Try and close the
I yell,
portal.
yeah, try and close the portal, I yell out to anyone.
Oh, by the way, Fenris, on your natural 20 to
I
investigate
thought you
that
wanted to put it
portal,
through.
if you
Yeah.
keep pulling those things, you can minimize it. It's probably impossible to ever fully close this, but you could get it narrowed.
Pull out the, like I yelled to the others, didn't you guys see me? Pull out the gems. It will...
I thought you wanted to put it through first. That one.
It is partly through. Pull out the damn gems.
Benkuhm's
just
like,
yelling it
I
to
don't
the other people.
see them. He starts doing his turn. Anyway,
Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna swap positions with Archie basically.
Sure.
I'm gonna try and do that. Can I like use my turn to basically like maneuver him so
sure,
he's
you
in a
just
better
push
position
him.
for his turn?
You just get behind
Yeah.
him and shove him towards the front of the fight.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up next, Archibald.
Great. So I want him to be like, all right, let's go. Pulls out the light sword, does a bonus action, runs forward. I don't know what the distance here is, but and basically like
He
jump
takes
on
off the
top
wig
of this
first.
fence, right?
drops
We got
it.
the scene where he's like jumps to be standing, like balancing on the fence itself, and then lashing out at it at like head level because they're now the same height.
No, it's threatened by Benkuhm, so I guess he could get sneak attack for this.
He also has
Yeah.
advantage because it's restrained.
Oh, right.
That's also true. All those things come together to being.
All right, so go ahead and make his attack.
Why do I have two sunblades? Oh, one is one sneak attack. Yeah.
That is a hit.
28 to hit, 32 for damage.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
good sneak attack. Yeah.
That's
So-
wow.
Very surprising. Runs up, does like a little kick off the one wall and lands on top of the fence and balances there for a second and like perfect like dueling stance, like right in.
Just stabs it. Absolutely. 32. Wow. All right. Nice. All right. That's Archibald's turn. The glowing, brilliant, yellowish sword that just stabs into this creature almost to the hilt. The light in the room almost disappears, and then he pulls it back out again, and brilliant sunlight floods the room again.
Yeah.
He looks at it right in the eyes like, God, you're ugly.
Very good.
All right, next up, Bela, followed by Benkuhm.
Wing. Like
Yeah, I think Bella's just gonna.
All right. Longbow. That's 17 to hit. We said a hit, right?
Yep. 17 is a miss, actually. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did 18
it's-
last time. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's restrained, so it would be advantage. You're
Yeah,
right.
she has advantage.
So I should have done that, yeah. Darmita, so this is the advantage roll.
Oh, yeah, 27
27.
hits.
Do you want to just do that first 7? Or
Yeah,
do we
sure.
roll the
We'll keep
damage?
that. And she's got it
Okay.
marked, so you get to
And
roll
the second
thing.
attack is 27. I'm not going to
27.
bother. Well, I'll roll the second one in case it's a crit.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the second attack for 9, and then there's 2d6 on top. Slash R 2d6 for another 6 damage.
Nice. 22.
Yeah, that sounds right. Cool.
Ooh, you get in this amount of time, you've done over 100 points of damage to this thing, and it is starting to show, but it is still like it's the girth. It's splitting open, and the intestines are falling out. And any other creature, this would be the end. But it like just looks down and like grabs it and shoves it back up inside with one hand, and then looks at Benkuhm. All right, speaking of Benkuhm, it is now his turn.
Let me find Benkuhm's sheet.
This thing opens its massive jaws out of bite.
I'm gonna switch his roll to be at normal because he will be doing the. He's grappled. That doesn't
No, he
change
gets
anything. So
unload
he's
on
not.
the thing. He's not restrained.
Yeah, totally. All right, so Hidden Lord's Sword. 1, so I'm just gonna do it twice without looking at the result. 22 and a 15. The 15 misses, I believe.
15 misses. First sword
22,
rips
3
through.
from Rage, and 2d6 plus 3 Strength plus 10 plus 2. Yeah, that adds up right. So another
Yeah.
25 damage.
25 damage. Oy. Just slashes open this thing, leaving even more entrails just pouring out into the pool. And the
Yeah, its
creature
arm, like,
looks him in the
wrapped around
eye.
it, and it's just- You're nothing compared to the Hidden Lord.
Nice.
Yeah.
On maths. Okay. Still standing. It's now its turn as it just unloads on Benkuhm.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Benkuhm was frightened there, right?
Yeah, I guess he was.
He was frightened,
But the,
yes. But I think
the
he's
first
still.
one would still hit because it was a
Yeah.
20.
It was
Thank
a
goodness
20,
for
yeah.
rolling both. So the second one missed anyway, and the first one would have hit anyway. So there we go. No change. This thing just savages him. It's just sorry, that's a terrible harm. I mean, in the like attacky kind of way, not in a derogatory kind of way. It just tears into him.
Sure. He has disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Restrained.
But it equals out because he was attacking whatchamacallit, right? He's got the
Okay.
right, like because he always does. So it should be a flat roll.
No, the Nalfish knee is at disadvantage because it's restrained.
Yeah.
But he's attacking a barbarian that attacked.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're right.
Oh, you're
okay.
right. Okay, so I'll just take the
I
first
can't
one.
remember the term is.
And that
So
those
three-
rolls
three
were
and a
actually a
13.
lot better, a lot worse. Does 18 hit? Oh, sorry.
I think one of them.
Does
Probably.
23 hit Benkuhm's AC?
I'm gonna guess yes. I see a 16 AC written here. I don't know if that's right or not, but
Sounds about right. I mean, it's
Sounds
a
about
meat
right.
shield. So the first claws don't do much as he like tries to scratch him. There's the tough hide of the Goliath resisting most of it, and he kind of bats it away with a knee, just brings it up just in time. Then the thing just goes, and that massive jaw with the tusks descends and just tears into Benkuhm's, like right into his chest, and doing 42 points of damage.
okay. So that'll be
Half, I
half to
guess.
21.
Yep.
Okay.
At which point, it doesn't say if this is an action. Oh no, it is an action. Yep, that's it.
Which reminds me, I will make a save for the fear effect
Sure.
for Benkuhm.
Benkuhm
Wisdom again?
screams out in pain. Yep.
Not
So-
gonna happen.
Nope.
Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't
you
matter.
passed the first time. You don't need to. Didn't you?
No, not me.
No,
Oh,
Benkuhm failed.
Benkuhm, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
we just
so-
had that conversation.
Yeah, you are still at disadvantage. You flip over the commander. We have to go. Wake up. So this thing has just torn into Benkuhm. Fenris, it's your turn.
Okay. No longer
There's
frightened.
this sickening tearing sound as part of this thing gets pulled through the portal. Its rear leg fully, not just its butt anymore. It went,
Yeah.
and it's partly through that gate now.
Yeah, so I am going to. I can still. Do I still see the gems then on the outside of the
It
portal?
is such a large creature that its girth is blocking it from your current point of view. You basically have to be way over to one side or the other to be able to see the gems. Or remove it.
Okay. I'm gonna do something a little. Let's see what my speed is.
Fuck.
Okay, 30. It's not that big a room. I was gonna blink in. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I could probably like.
Your speed is halved.
Oh, it's halved. Oh.
The internet has spoken, sir.
Oh. You know what? Fine.
Way down by the.
I am going to blink over. And I'm going to blink. Is there a spot where I know I can get, like, add a whole bunch of them? And I just can start.
If you could get up to just left of Archibald, you could get a bunch of them.
Okay, so I'm
Just
going
basically
to do that.
balanced on that railing, just like
Yeah.
Archie.
I see it. I'm going to blink because I'm
You
going
can have
through
a
with
hand
an
on
action.
the wall so you don't fall.
Yeah, like high up on the wall, like kind of in the corner with the railing. And I'm basically, because part of me is like, I'm going to summon the Hound and Blight. This is a big thing, and I don't know if it'll kill it, but I'm going through the action that I want to close the portal on it and shrink it at least. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to blink up there, and I'm just going to start pulling more things to close that portal on its ass.
Okay, on its leg now. All right.
Yeah.
So action was to blink.
It's a bonus action.
Oh, it's a
to blink.
bonus. Okay. Oh, like,
And my action is to use my telekinesis to pull more. Yeah.
All right. When you stop pushing on this creature, it starts to be like, it's
Misty
almost
step, I should
waist
say.
deep in this.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's too busy just tearing into Benkuhm to really care. You just see one hand push against the wall as it's starting to climb its way out some more. You then release that, grab a whole bunch of them, just as many as you can see down that side. Do a... Let's go with an Arcana check for me.
Okay. Damn it. I'm going to roll another luck point. No one.
That's better.
That's
21.
better.
You just grab as many as you can spot in that second, just and they literally go like rivets popping off of a battleship, just ping, 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 ping across the room and into the water. And this shifting sound and like tearing and this this thing starts to yell, and so does Benkuhm as it starts to like squeeze and bite him. The light goes out of the room, and you just hear, well, you can still see in the dark, so you see this splash into the water, basically missing both legs and a portion of its rear end, just sheared clean as this ichor starts to leak into the pool. Benkuhm splashes into the water face first. The creature, go ahead and roll 10d10 for me.
Nice.
Wow.
Roll low, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Whoa.
57.
57. That'll do it. Almost to the number, actually.
Okay.
A little more than 190, just for sake. 196 damage you guys just dealt that thing, and it had 184 hit points.
Wow.
You just shredded it with the portal. And it's like entrails are leaking out. It looks up at you in one last gasp and says,
You have not stopped us. Just slowed us down a little.
and it passes away and starts to liquefy in front of you. There's just a lot of bodies floating in the water. This massive mutilated corpse. You look up at the wall and there's this shimmer ever so slight, almost like a cat's eye in the center. Just a faint pearlescent struggle with the black. Just an ever so hint that this portal is still there, but you've weakened it. So it will extend over time. At which point Benkuhm gasps up to the surface.
Good job distracting it, Benkuhm.
Yeah, that was my plan all along. He's busy holding his ribcage, which is exposed in a few places. But holding his ribcage, he comes sloshing through the water, batting humans out of the way, floating humans out of the way as he comes to the shore. All right, the room is yours. There don't appear to be any threats.
I'm gonna take my turn.
Yeah, go ahead. I assume we're all gonna. You're gonna take a look at the commander.
How are they like positioned? Can I get to the helmet, or is it too like high up?
No, Pederson?
Yeah.
I keep saying Penn. Pederson is laying on her side from being flung across the room still, and just writhing, almost like, if you've ever seen, don't ever Google this, but if you've ever seen pictures of lockjaw victims, like they arch their back just painfully up into the air.
So I want to like put a hand on the helmet, be like, better than nothing, and I'm going to try and cast a spell magic on it. I don't think it's going to work. It shouldn't, technically, but I'm going to do it anyway at 4th level.
Alright, go ahead and roll your Arcana.
My Arcana? Okay, sure. Why not?
Or your spellcasting modifier, whichever one.
I think it's technically just a flat roll, which is really dumb.
Spellcasting modifier to realize it won't work.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
Is it flat roll? I always thought you added your magical...
It's unclear. Yeah,
I always add Arcana because it just makes sense. You can like unweave a spell if you know more about spells.
Well, I rolled pretty well.
Wow. So. It was a straight roll. You didn't have advantage, but you got a 24. It doesn't do nothing, but it definitely... You reach out in
I accidentally ruined Benkuhm's thing with the spell magic.
You reach out and it's as though you're busy picking off spider webs, but wrapped around her head. But instead of spider webs, it's magical tendrils that have been etching into, like, you actually pull one right out from one of her eyes, and it pulls out, and you can see it tugging like a needle and thread pulling.
Try to hold still.
It comes out, and you see a maggot on the end that's just curling up with like little claws in it, like like a weird kind of hook. You let that one go, and it kind of slowly retracts ethereally towards where the portal is, and it doesn't even get there because the portal is too weak. But it just kind of sloshes into the water. You also remove a couple of the more wispy white ones that just kind of detach at a touch and fall away like dandelion fluff just falling off at the slightest touch. And after a while...
Yeah, there's probably this thing where, like, I'm casting this at the same time as the fight, but then the fight resolves and everyone walks over to it before I'm done still. Yeah.
And after a little while, you've cleared it from what you can. You've done what you can to remove the most nefarious parts of this. And the halo that was kind of around her, the twisting halo, is gone. Not quite gone, but mostly gone. And her eyes flutter open for a second as everyone starts to gather around, and she sits up. Thank you. It's you. Huh. And her eyes roll back in her head. She mutters as she loses consciousness. It's good to see you. Again. Fenris.
Take the helmet off? Or will it not budge like
Sorry,
last
did
time?
you say it's good to see you again, Fenris? Or Felice?
Fenris.
Oh, that's a good point.
She looked over Felice's shoulder as you walk over. And as she's falling back into unconsciousness, a peaceful rest at least, thanks to your spell. And you get your first good look at Cmdr Pederson. I'm still messing up her name, but that's okay. Because you knew her by a different name. What the hell is Henrietta doing here?
What? Really? Wow.
So can I take the helmet off or no?
Helmet is stuck, but you've released her from the worst of the tortures. She is now unconscious. You've managed to rescue Cmdr Pederson. Henrietta Pederson, or as you knew her, Hen. The Bard Paladin you once crossed paths with.
Oh boy.
It sounds so dumb when you say it like that.
Well, I'm happy because I got to make Gordon make that face.
Oh boy.
And
we can't throw her back, right, guys? Guys.
And
Never
with that, I think we're gonna pause for the night.
Yep. Good close.
All right. There we go. Henrietta. So, thanks very much for watching, everybody. We're going to pick up where we left off next time on SideQuest Live. We hope to be back next Tuesday. Watch the Instagrams and all the chatter and all that stuff. If not, check out our backlog in all the places. Thanks so much to all the people who are making suggestions in chat. And let's not forget, Darcy did all the art, including the new one, which we just revealed. And what else we got? Thanks very much, Gordon, for playing. And thank you to Darmita. Sorry she missed that. I think she probably would have liked that fight. Although you played her very well, guys. Darcy, thanks so much. And thanks for letting us bring your old character back. That was kind of fun. And
I'm excited to see what you do with her.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And we'll see, hopefully, the others next time. And I am Todd, your DM, and we're going to wrap up for the night. Internet, we do need a name for this title for this episode, and you guys can make suggestions too if you want.
Oh man, I mean, hard to say, honestly. It's like
Icarus.
Icarus.
Said.
Is that is the title of the episode? I can see that maybe working.
Maybe an old acquaintance.
Ooh, I like that. Old acquaintance.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even if you wanted to be a little like coy about it, right? Like you saw lots of like images from the past or whatever. Like there was a lot of that going on with Fenris.
Yeah.
All the etherealness. Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. What do you
Echoes
think?
of the past.
We're gonna give.
Echoes of the Past.
Ooh, that's a good one. We'll see.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I like that one. Echoes of the Past. If you can beat that, I almost always do a double title anyway. So, internet, if you've got other suggestions, we will definitely try to incorporate those as best we can. Oh, by the way, I forgot. The very last thing sorry. You've picked her up. You're like, what is she doing here? And you hear this, the ichor congealing behind you. You see it, and Benkuhm's like, and he's tapping you on the shoulder. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
Oh, okay. Everybody through.
And he starts pushing you and Fenris and Archibald and Darmita. Just literally, he's barrel rushing all of you through.
Yes, I agree. This door should always remain closed. And yeah, if it can, actually, I would love to like build an impenetrable wall here. Like,
sure.
eventually.
So you guys get through this little tunnel as Benkuhm is rushing you out. Go ahead and do a perception check as you are leaving. Anybody who wants to.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me get to the right page. I'm going. Oh, bad. 1.
So Felice doesn't know what's going on. Fenris?
Yeah, 13.
13. You look back in time to see that this portal, it's narrow, but you see this massive, and I mean terrifyingly massive. The first thing you see is that you've seen a waygate shift. You were doing that on purpose before, just random. When you untethered this, it began to shift, and you can see this little finger poke through. The finger extends a good 10 feet into the room.
Oh,
Dang.
The single clawed finger pressing through, the hand that starts to begin to follow. A massive clawed hand is now tearing at this portal, digging at it.
Cool.
And you did a perception check. Do an Arcana check. It's a really high DC. We'll see.
Let's see. Yeah, 14.
It's a giant creature coming through that, whatever that unstable situation is again.
Trying to.
It flickers again, and you hear this horrible roar, imperceptible, almost like incomprehensible roar, rattling the stones, and the hand retracts a little bit, and then the portal shifts, and just the tip sloshes into the pool, and it's floating there, and it's this claw. It's a good, like 3.5 feet long.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
As
Someone
the
who
claw
doesn't see this,
of a Tarrasque is left floating in the water.
Nice.
Had to do it.
Had to do it.
As someone who does not see that, I was just intending to close this gate because I know there's a portal there and we don't want that open.
Yeah, you all pile into
so
the
I,
hallway,
you know,
and it's...
If I saw that, I'd be like, oh, I need to check that out, but I
No.
did not, so that's good.
Benkuhm pushes you all into the hall, closes the door behind you, and... Yeah.
I start stacking walls of stone. I'm just like...
Nice.
How many can you cast?
So the spell does, 10 by 10 walls, and they're 6 inches thick each, so I can just, like, layer them. So I think that's my intent.
Oh, nice. I'll start
Double check
drawing those
that.
on there.
6 inches thick, 10 by 10 foot panels.
1,
And
2,
there are...
3, 4, 5, 6,
How many
7,
walls is there?
8,
Yeah, 10.
9, 10. Okay, it is pretty securely sealed behind you.
So, assuming I stack them together, that's a 60 foot wall of stone, and I have to stay here for 10 minutes to like make sure it becomes permanent.
Okay. Well, that's what we'll pick
So,
up.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like talking while I'm doing. Like, all right.
Wait a minute, you knew her? And everybody else is just catching their breath in the hallway, and that is where we're going to stop. All right, thanks very much, Internet,
Cool.
and thanks for all the suggestions, and thanks, guys, for playing. I'm toughing it up, and we'll be back with more Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Nighty night, folks.
Good night.
Night, guys. Have a good one.
I actually kind of want. Is Bela there? Should we?
Yeah.
Should we bring her up to speed? I kind of want to see her reaction. Just tell her what happened.
Bertus.
Oh, Bertus.
Said. Night.
Good night, Bertus. We're back. We're never going. We're just addicted to Dungeons and Dragons. But I was just curious to hear Darmita's or Bela's.
After the credits scene.
Yeah, we'll put it after the credits if she's back. Bring us back online here, because Darmita's back. And there's gonna be trouble. Hey, Darmita.
This is like the after credit scene.
It's the after credit scene. It's like the Avengers, but not quite.
Yeah.
So,
Better than the
camera's got all
Avengers.
messed up, of course, but the audio's here. I'll work on that.
Bertus.
The
Said.
stinger.
The stinger.
That's right, Bertus. Don't forget, Internet, to check out Bertus's game with Darcy over there. They play Blades in the Dark. Go check that out. If you're streaming right
tomorrow
now.
at
I'd raid that shit. Is that a thing? So also, while we're kind of in the post show, I do want to remind people to go check out Lost Ones, which is coming out. The Kickstarter is what's going on with that?
Kickstarter, we're confirming the date. It's probably going to be end of September or early October.
Very cool. So very soon, though. So that's awesome.
Yep.
So that's what Gordon's been doing. I just have to fix a couple of camera things here. So get people back on the stream. I do want to show... Bella's back with us. Thanks, Bela. Sorry you missed a wee bit of a battle and stuff, but we can bring you up to speed if that's all right by you. So...
I'm excited to hear.
All
I think
right.
you shot 5 arrows and then it was over.
Yeah,
Is that
pretty,
right?
I mean, that's pretty much every fight for
Yeah.
Darmita, isn't it? Hold on,
Well,
Basically, yeah. I mean,
she's a little trigger happy.
a trigger happy ranger? That never happens.
nah, because to do that you'd have to have a crossbow, and it's just a pain.
Yeah, triggers are for wimps. Anyway, I'll let you guys bring her up to speed.
Well, when after you left, we went down the stairs, and we actually found a secret doorway in a wall, and with Darcy making a very great roll, could determine that it would lead us back to
I
the
got
cathedral.
one.
Yeah. But before we went down that way, we unlocked the main door, and we went into kind of a cave with a pool, and there we found a lot of dead humans and dead demons and ichor and all kinds of stuff in the pool. Kind of gross. And we saw a portal that was opened on the north side that you can take a look at. That's not a glory hole, it's a portal.
Yeah, it kind of does look... Hey, that is sanctioned by the BC government right now. Just saying.
Right. Just saying. And in the pool, we found Cmdr Pederson. And she had her helmet on, and it looked like she was kind of being possessed, like being... There's like 3 different voices coming out of her own and 2 others.
Said, LMAO, I heard about that.
That's right, BC Buds, if you're still in chat, you can confirm. That like... That's gotta be hilarious.
And I was able to notice that that there were these gems and diamonds and pearls lining the portal, and that with my Arcana check that this was really meant for a communication portal as opposed to movement, but it was being corrupted. And so I started using telekinesis to pull the gems, and then there was this huge demon that came out of the water. I can't even pronounce its name.
It was large. It was Nulf. What was it again?
It's the pig one.
Yeah, the pig demon.
Yeah. Ended up grappling Benkuhm, attacking us, fearing me and Benkuhm, and taking a few arrows from you. And Benkuhm got off a big hit.
I just want a hug.
Yeah, exactly. I was able to just, with some quirky rolling...
That's not what it sounded like. It was more really. Like, you are futile attempts, very bored.
Yes. I was able to use telekinesis and push it partway through the portal. And through working with you and Benkuhm, I kind of came over and was able to pull the remaining gems out to basically slice it in half.
Yeah.
That was about it, I think. And then...
That's all?
Well, you know, we got back to Cmdr Pederson, and she recognized me, and it's like...
Yeah, I tried to dispel whatever was going on with the helmet, but, I mean, it's not really how dispel magic works, so it had middling effects.
Yeah, and so so her name is Henrietta Pederson. Darcy's first character in the campaign.
I know. That's why I would looked at you that way.
So like, I looked at her like, oh, it's her.
Yeah.
I
don't know what happened to your characters.
Yeah,
all
we
these
said
mixed emotions.
Our little break, you guys did not part on the greatest of, like, you were fleeing, having just exacted revenge against the innkeeper. Yeah, that's a complicated reunion.
It's
a lot.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, and Darcy did some wonderful art, which is on the map thing here somewhere. Let me pop that back up. I had to put it down in a hurry. I don't know if you can see that when I share it, so if not, it's on the stream.
I don't know if it counts as being in everyone's journal. You might have to change the settings.
Yeah, I don't think you guys can see it, but anyway, it's out there, so thanks for the recap, guys. That was fun.
Yeah. Feel free to post it to Discord.
Yeah, I may go back and watch what I missed just for...
They recapped most of it.
That's basically everything. It's just about, like...
You can watch
the reveal.
My facial reaction.
You discovered that it was Henrietta?
Yeah.
Nice.
And thank you to Darcy for letting me co-opt his character.
Yeah, I was in on it. I mean, that's how I was able to draw this, so...
Yeah, he's that fast. He drew it while you guys were role-playing 3 different characters. All right, I think that's it for tonight, guys. So we'll hopefully be back next Tuesday if that goes well.
Okay, hopefully we'll play it by ear.
So that is, I did and we didn't get to before, but I did want to talk to you about that. What is the plan? I know you had mentioned at the beginning of the stream about the potential that we may be moving things, possibly.
Yeah, we might move the day. I have a little bit of flexibility over the next couple of weeks, and then after that, I mean, Tuesday isn't ideal for me because I work pretty early. We are still on the stream, by the way, just in case. But I think we're going to look at what days work best.
Okay.
And we'll probably do that on the Discord, I guess, and
All right,
see.
cool.
But yeah, we're likely going to move days as we go back to full-time. And other than that, I'm not sure in terms... If you guys want to post up what day works for you. Hey, Internet, what day...
Internet, tell us what day.
Tell us what day we're available.
And it can't be a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night because I work early on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, that's fair. I work early all the time, but, you know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for playing, guys. That was fun. And thanks again. And take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And, yeah, go roll some dice. It's good for you.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night, all.
Darcy, is that... Nice.
Henrietta done rode up.
Yeah.
She's wearing full plate.
I gotta... That deserves a reaction.
Nice. All right.